Don't you worry, child. 'Cause Kuvar's got a plan for you. I really don't. I have no plan. I never know what I'm doing. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the QuvarTV show. Another stream of consciousness, perhaps. I'm planning on playing a video game, as they say, but I don't know how long that'll go. I don't know if I'll play just that game. Maybe I'll play another game. Maybe I'll do nothing. I don't fucking know. I just wing it every time. Hello, Sadden. How are you doing? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I see you and appreciate you, Kuvar Bear. I'm not a bear. I just dress like one, I swear. But I see you as well, Sadden, and I appreciate you as well, of course. How are you doing this evening? I hope you're having a beautiful night. How is everybody doing this evening? Yes, you are. No. Fuck you. Fuck you. I ain't a bear. I just dress like one. I swear. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be. No way. I tried to take a nap earlier. I think I mentioned that on Twitter. I said I'm going to take a nap, and then that's what every bear tells me. You talk to a lot of bears, huh? Talk to a lot of bears, and they all tell you, I'm not a bear. I'm not a bear, I swear. I just dress like one. It's a very common phrase, honestly. It's not like a catchphrase or anything. It's not my gimmick. It's just what we all say, all of us people who are not bears, but keep constantly getting misinterpreted for. We keep getting misconstrued as actual bears, when in reality, we're nothing of the sort. Yes, confronting bears is my hobby. I can imagine. I could see you doing that. It seems like the sort of thing you'd enjoy doing. What are you confronting them about? Are you confronting them about being bears? Is that the entirety of the confrontation? Is, hey, you're a bear. What? No? Because that's a glorious little bit of confrontation right there. It's really fascinating. Yes, of course. Absolutely. Are you a bear? No, fuck you. If I'm a bear, then we eat honey and have a grand old time. I do actually have some honey. Funny, you should mention that. It's in my cupboard, though. I'm not using it right now, because I do have a nice cup of tea here, a nice cup of tea. It is currently brewing. The tea bag's in there. It's nice and hot. I will be finishing that up. Funny honey. It's not the funny honey. It's the normal honey. The funny honey we make at the honey factory. That's a special order thing, though. You can't just get that anywhere. Nobody can have that for free. Couldn't be. No way. No how. I got my tea here, as I always do to start the stream off. You gotta have some tea. It's got the tea. Got a little cup full of milk here to throw in when it's done. Funny honey is for special occasions, huh? It sure is. There's a few different sorts of funny honey. There's the funny honey that makes you feel funny. It makes you feel a little bit loopy, perhaps, a little dizzy, a little foggy, even. And then there's the funny honey that is used for special occasions. It's the thought came to mind, so I was going to say it. I was just going to kind of go with it, but I don't know if... I'm trying to be a pure, innocent soul here on the QuvarTV show. That's why in my last stream I was reading the QuvarTV that I had read. I'm trying to be a good boy. It says so right on my Twitter account as well. I'm a good boy now. So I'm not going to talk about the honey that you spread on people's bodies. That's a very special sort of honey that we don't talk about, not in public. It's not something that is... it's not something that's good for everybody to hear, in that kind of way. QuvarTV on the QuvarTV show. Yes, the QuvarTV on the QuvarTV show. You've missed some wonderful streams, and the streams of consciousness have been absolutely delightful. 2 days ago, I spent 20 minutes trying to make myself sneeze. I also read some QuvarTV, of course. It's erotica written by Kuvar. It's not necessarily actually erotic. Don't get it twisted. I can do that, but that's usually reserved for special occasions as well. It sounds like it could be erotic, but it's mostly just a joke. Mostly. They mostly come out at night. Mostly. It sounds like a fantastic evening. I regret not being here. It was a fun time. I did that. I stuck my whole hand in a mug of boiling tea. It's been some good stuff going on in the streams of consciousness. I also do a lot of reading of the nonsense that I write. It's honestly one of the most common things I do on here, which is why I was like, I'm going to be playing a video game today, guys. I'm not just reading things the whole time. I'm playing video games, maybe. I say maybe because sometimes I get kind of lost in my own mind, and I just kind of do the stream of consciousness thing, whether or not I intend to do the stream of consciousness thing. But it is kind of my brand at this point, is a stream of consciousness. It all kind of comes and goes, whatever comes to mind, as it were. But I do play video games sometimes, I promise, I do. In fact, I think just for fun, just to kind of get into the mood here, as it were, if you were going to call it that, if that were the phrasing that you wanted to use, I love you, Bear. I love you too, Sadden. Thank you for being here, and thank you for saying that. It's always appreciated. It's been a while. It's been a while. You're always welcome in my chat. Always. Absolutely. I did not sleep much today. I am relatively tired, so I hope all of you are tired with me and we can sit here and be sleepy together and try to pass the time some way, somehow. Tried to take a nap, just ended up laying there in my bed. It was very comfy, very cozy, but not quite enough to properly fall asleep. So, oh, I forgot the thing that I do on a lot of streams now. I gotta do the hair brushing thing where I brush my hair live on stream. Wait, hold on, there we go. Can you hear that? I never know if that actually comes across in the microphone, but I gotta brush my hair, make sure it's nice and clean. Yes. Of course, of course. This is the kind of quality content you can only get from the QuvarTV show. There we go. There we go. Hair brushing. It's a nice, pleasant time. It reminds me of a simpler time, you know? Sitting in front of a warm fireplace, perhaps, on a bearskin rug, brushing my hair for the evening. So you only brush it in the evening, never in the morning. That doesn't make sense. That'd be ridiculous. A time gone by, a time long past. Anyways, so to ease into this a little bit, to kind of wake myself up a little, I will actually probably read some stuff because I enjoy doing that. I like reading things that I've written for people. It feels good to have my words heard, I suppose. So this is going to be one of the video descriptions I've made mention of, where I had that YouTube channel about 2 years ago. I ran the YouTube channel for 2 years. I think it was about 2 years ago that I stopped doing that, and I put out a lot of videos, a lot of gameplay mostly. And in those videos, bear fur brushing ASMR. You can't get that just anywhere. Except it's not bear fur. It's hair. Cause I'm not a bear. I just dress like one. I swear. Well, I suppose I may as well keep brushing while I'm talking. Sure. Don't worry, I got you. I don't know what you got. But it's not me. Hair. Hey, Kuvar, been busy tonight. Here now. Hello, Coding Haze. Welcome. Do not worry. I've only been streaming for a few minutes. You haven't missed much. Mostly just me defending my good name and claiming I'm not a bear. Just dressed like one, I swear. Talking about some honey and brushing my hair. Absolutely hair, not bear fur. I was talking about how I was intending to take a nap and it didn't go well. And so we're all sleepy together tonight. I'm going to play some games probably, but I'm also going to read some things because I can't help myself. So I'm going to read a video description from the YouTube series I ran, where my video descriptions were initially descriptions of the videos themselves, as one might expect of a video description, but eventually I got very tired of that, and I just kind of said, you know what, I'm done writing video descriptions, that's it. And the next video description I wrote was just ellipses, just ... silence. And then I followed that up by just starting to write whatever came to mind, and those eventually became a series of random tangents and soliloquies and monologues, as well as deep-seated exploration of the human psyche. You're my hero. Get it? Thank you, Sadden, for joining the QuvarMe, but harder, this time with money. This is a bad gift to use. You're my furry friend. Thank you very much. You're a sweetheart. I appreciate it. It became an exploration of the human psyche, more particularly my psyche. So when I read these, it's important to remember that this was a different time in my life. That I was in a darker place, more broken place. I'm still a little broken now, that's obvious, that's for sure, but much better. So I'm gonna read one of these, and you'll get an idea of that, because this one's probably, I don't know what it is, I don't remember these. I wrote them a long time ago, and I don't write what I wrote. Sadden, I feel like you've been here a lot, and you should have let me hit you with that to get my badge. You can't sub everybody, Coding Haze. That's not your job. Sometimes you gotta let people vibe on their own. Can I get you next month? Yo, did you have a nice nap? Hello, Gemmo, welcome. I hope that the rest of your stream went wonderfully. I could hear the faint whispers of your voice off to the side because I left you up on my phone while I was trying to nap. No. Ooh, NieR? Yeah, I'm going to be playing some NieR tonight. Actually, I'm disappointed in myself for not having a Founders. I don't know how that happened. Probably because I only streamed a handful of times. You're my hero. Get it? Thank you, Coding Haze, for enrolling Gemmo in the QuvarTV. Wait, is this like a draft now? This metaphor is bad. I'm sorry. Don't know how that happened with my favorite pair, no less. Of course. It's very surprising, isn't it? I think it's because I only streamed a few times, a handful of times. I hope my voice wasn't too loud to wake you. No, don't worry. I turned it down to the minimum, so I just heard faint whispers of you having a grand old time. I did hear a few fucks, so I know you're having a good time over there. Got this person. Sorry, said it. No problem. Tess. Yes, you got the emo test. Emo test now. The emotes. Everybody loves them. Put the hat back on. Okay. I'll put the hat back on. Hold on. In fact, yep, definitely a good time. Were you able to get over it? Well, I'm talking here. Let me get this hat back on. Here we go. There, I put the hat back on. Are you satisfied now, Coding Haze, that I put the hat back on just for you? Is this what you wanted? Are you gonna do that thing you always do? I'm gonna kill the narrator! Nope, but I definitely got over this game. Well, I'm glad you got over the game. I don't know if that means that you are over the idea of the game and you're not going to be playing it anymore ever again, or just take that silly thing off. Yeah, that's what I thought. Coding Haze. You can't get me with your tricks anymore. I know what you're up to. I will take this silly thing off. Thank you. Or did you actually complete the game? Did you make it all the way to the top of the mountain? I believe in you. I know you can do it. I don't know if you did it this time, but I know you could. You shouldn't wear a hat indoors. You know, I have heard that before. It's rude, isn't it? It's not a polite thing to do, something like that. Oh, I suppose I should probably take the tea bag out of my tea. It's been brewing for a while. So this is the part of the stream that everybody absolutely loves every time, because I need to remove this tea bag with my fingers, because it doesn't have a tag in it. It doesn't have a tag or a string. So you just have to, goddamn, you have to reach. You have to pull the tea bag out of the tea and give it a squeeze to get the excess tea out of there. And I'm just gonna pour some milk in there, get that going. Delicious. Lovely tea. I forgot my spoon, so I can't stir it up properly. I'm just gonna have to let that kind of mix on its own, I guess. Oh my god, Bear, what are these emotes? Ding dong, hello. Oh, Haas! You really shouldn't have, Haas. Welcome to the QuvarTV. There's no turning back. You're getting banned now. Ding dong, hello. Is this another Haas? Oh, hello, Haas. You really shouldn't have. Welcome to the QuvarTV. You're getting banned now. Ban. Ding dong, hello. Oh, hello, Haas 00312 is unstoppable. You really shouldn't have. You've joined the QuvarTV. There's no turning back. You're getting banned now. Fuck you. Not in my house. Ding dong, hello. Hello, Haas. Welcome to the QuvarTV. I hope you're having a good time. You're getting banned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0, 3, 1, 2. There we go. Oh, I missed it. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I need to do some banning here. There you are. Control. Paste. Goodbye. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to ban you again. You ain't got shit on me. You are unstoppable. Of course you are. You're so unstoppable. There's no way you could be stopped by a simple typing of a few words and a copy paste. That definitely won't stop you. No way, no how. You're so foolish, so foolish. You step to me. You step to me. Your arms are too short to box with God, son. Don't you dare try it. Don't you dare. I'm gonna fuck you up. Banhammer. Take it. Get it. Alright, now let's go back again and take a look at what was being said here. Oh my god, Bear, what are these emotes? Those are the special emotes that I made. I made them myself one day when I realized I had no emotes, and until I get my emotes properly commissioned, I should have something for people, so I made these emotes. They're very cute, aren't they? Emotes, emotes, emotes. I made them. Let's say, I reached far enough, good enough. Well, I'm sure you did wonderfully. I'm very proud of the efforts that you made, and even if you didn't make it all the way, that's okay, because taking those steps, taking any steps at all, matters. It makes it all worthwhile that you tried at the very least. This won't do it all. What do you mean? What do you mean? They're beautiful. They're beautiful. Emo, I like this one. It unlocks the darkness within me. Emo, 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 emo. Go away, robots. You're bot welcome. You're bot welcome here. Why? He seems cool. Well, Coding Haze, Haas is quite a dude. He has a reputation around here for being hateful, more than you even. I know that's probably surprising to hear, but Haas is more hateful than you. No, bot welcome typo. Haas seemed cool. Damn, a real one of these raids. Trying to sub these dudes. Never seen one. It's not a real raid. It's just 4 of them. They don't count. They don't matter. Give me a second. How you know they a he? Well, a Haas is generally a term for like a big, bulky, heavy-set, strong, powerful dude, I believe. Then again, that might not be correct. I'm not Texan. Let's see. Haas, U.S. slang, southeast. A big person, usually a man, a person who has size comparable to that of a horse. They are a hoss, as it were. Sadden, why do you call him a bear? Isn't he a cat? No, why would you say that? I am not a bear, nor am I a cat. Really? Sounds like me. Yeah, I am not a bear. I just dress like one, I swear. I'm also not a cat. I swear it's true. It is a bear paw on my chest. I know it gets a little confusing when it comes together like that. They have bad horsey. Bad horse. Definitely not a cat. Yeah, absolutely. I am a human being. A human being. That is what I am. A human being. Beans! What the fuck? I'm a bean. I'm a good bean. That's what I've been told by several people. And if they are to be believed, if I can trust them, then I am in fact a good bean. Because of the paws? They're bear paws. They're bear paws. I'm gonna need you to pause that, boy, and listen to me when I say they are bear paws. Remember when I helped guide you on your way to getting rid of the founder's badge so that you could have the paw, and you're like, wait, this isn't a cat paw, it's a bear paw, and then you went right back? Fuck you, Coding Haze. I love you. Beans! Can't stay for long, but I love you. Hello, Sugoi. Thank you for stopping by, and I appreciate that more than anything. It's perfectly okay if you can't stick around for long. I love you as well, and I'm glad that you're here for even a couple seconds. Long enough to say beans! QuvarViolet! Hello! Welcome to the QuvarVariety Show. I think this is your first time here. Pleasure having you here. Finally get to be here. Yeah, it's a special day, isn't it? Special evening. I intend on playing a game at some point, but I've just been kind of vibing with chat for the time being. I got to ban a few hosses a little bit ago. That was delightful. Absolutely lovely. You're my hero. Get it? Thank you, Coding Haze, for enrolling Violet in the QuvarArmy. Wait, is this like a draft now? This is a bad metaphor. I'm sorry. Chat vibes are good vibes, always. We always have a good time here in the QuvarVariety Show. Oh my god, thank you. Yes, thank you, Coding Haze. You really are intent on getting everybody who talks to me to be a sub, aren't you? But, you know, I have that ability myself. I can turn anybody into a sub if I just talk with them long enough. I am a very wholesome VTuber here. Everything is say-so as fuck. What's this shit? I can't see badges on mobile? You're welcome, Violet. Yes, thank you very much. Pleasure to have you here, Violet. You haven't missed much. I just pulled a tea bag out of my mug of tea with my bare hands. Bare hands being hands that are unaccompanied by any accessories or gloves or anything. No clothing, not bare hands, because I'm not a bear. I just dress like one. I swear that is my gimmick. Do not forget this. I also brushed my hair a little bit ago. One day Kuvar will be the ultimate Tom because of all the subs beneath him. Ooh. Yes, of course. I have that effect on people. I've found out is apparently I'm very powerful and I radiate top energy. I'm very dominant, of course. I did do that top and bottom bingo a while back, and the results that I received were everything on the top bingo and a lot of things on the bottom bingo. I'm a top leaning switch if we're going down this path. That is what I am. And I did read some QuvarTV last time, so that was a good time. People enjoyed that. Oh my god, same. Yeah, I get that energy from you. You definitely have that energy. That all being said, I was going to... I got a little distracted here. Wait, there's a natural order to things too. 300 pounds of raw bear muscle. That sounds like high weight for me, but also low weight for an actual bear. So hold on, let me look up average weight of a bear. Polar bears, 990 pounds. Spectacled bear, 240 pounds. You're pretty close on that one. American black bear, 130 to 660 pounds. Brown bear, 180 to 1,300 pounds. They can get huge. That is a massive, gigantic bear. And I am so big and so strong, so you know I could be a little large, I suppose. Well, I don't know a fucking pound. What do I look like, a non-European? Fair enough. How many stones is that? Or is it kilograms is what we're going with? I gotta type this shit up quick, you know? You gotta be fast, quick on the draw. Kilos. Yeah, sure. Kilos. Of course. Who could forget that? So what I was saying... I have a tendency to get distracted. I have a tendency to go off on tangents on my own, with or without chat. So I start to say things, I start to talk about things, and I kind of go off the rails a little bit for a while, and sometimes I never make it back. But I do try to. I do my best. And if you're ever here hanging out in chat and I'm saying something and I get a little lost in my own head or my own speech, feel free to remind me and say, hey, you were talking about this, I want to hear about that. Or if you don't want to hear about it, feel free to ignore it and pretend like I wasn't saying anything at all. I think Europeans use, like, liters and shit for weight. Yeah, I think they do use liters. I think you're right, Coding Haze. You must be American. Yeah, I'm a 2.4 liters tall. America, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty. I don't know all the lyrics. I'm surprised I know as many as I do. I'm also not a particularly patriotic person. It's not exactly my vibe. So, back on track once again. Wisconsin, born and raised. Wisconsin, I haven't heard about that place. I feel like that can't be real. That's a stupid name. Converting things from freedom units to liters and meters is not something we were taught very well. No, I've been practicing. I've been trying to get better, but my secret for it... come over here. I'm going to tell you a secret. So, what we do to try to convert the liters and the kilograms and all those to freedom things and back and forth forever, the secret is to use Google. You see, I hop on Google, I type in freedom to not freedom, and then I just do a conversion that way. Alright, don't tell anybody I told you that. That's a special little secret from me to you. I agree. It works relatively well most of the time. Secret safe. Zipped lips. Best teacher. I could teach you guys all kinds of things. You want to learn how to I just realized right now I don't actually know how to do anything. Well, shit. How unfortunate. The thing is, the freedom units are super whack, so memorizing any of these conversions is insanity, except like an inch being 2.5 centimeters is easy enough. It's actually 2.54 Saturn. Get your numbers right, come on. That is actually one that I believe I have memorized. Let me confirm that to make sure I'm not a maniac here. Yep, 2.54. I knew it. We go out. We don't shorten things here. I'm going to be playing NieR Replicant version 1.22474487139 ... And ding dong, hello. Is this another hot? Oh no, it's Pyro. Pyro, thank you for joining the QuvarMe. There's no turning back. You're mine now. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a beautiful night. Love to have you here at the QuvarTV show, the stream of consciousness, as it were. That's like the one thing I retained from geometry. Damn, yeah, 2.54. Pyro, I'm here now, my friend. I'd love to have you here. Thank you very much for stopping by. Much appreciated. I hope you're having a beautiful night. And I hope that if you're not having a beautiful night, that I can do a little something to make it a little bit better for you in some kind of way here. With the sound of my voice and the silly things that I do here on the QuvarTV show. You're my hero. Get it? Thank you, Coding Haze, for enrolling Pyro in the QuvarArmy. Wait, is this like a draft now? This is a bad metaphor. I'm sorry. Thank you once again for doing this over and over. You cannot be stopped, can you? You are insatiable. This is exactly why I come to the bear with my science needs. Let's go. The beautiful tragedy begins. Yes, yes. It's all a beautiful tragedy here, one way or another. Thank you. Now Pyro subs for you too. Yep, now Pyro is a sub as well. It's incredible how this happens. It's so fast. It's like you pop in, pop, 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 bam, bam, bam. Now you're a sub. You're mine now. I guess that is a part of my follow message, so it makes sense. I want everyone to have access to the best emotes. Yeah, they are pretty fancy. Some fancy emotes here. Emotes, emotes. But there are some better ones out there as well. We have some good emotes out here. Let's just pop, lock, and drop some other emotes to represent. There we go. That's a good emote. I like that one. How about this emote? There we go. There's some good emotes. Emotes, emotes. Love some emotes. Good emotes. So, as I have been saying, I don't know. Okay, guys, I have to confess that I'm actually supposed to be doing something else, so regretfully I must depart now. Well, that's okay, Seddon. I appreciate you being here for a time. You are always a delight to have here on the QuvarTV show. I always appreciate your input, and we have a good back and forth. We have a good rapport, and I appreciate that. So whatever it is that you need to do, I hope that it goes well for you. Thank you for stopping by. Have a beautiful night, and never forget, I love you, and I'm proud of you. Good luck. Anyway, Bear, you're a heckin' sunshine. I want to catch and smooch you later. You'll have to run pretty fast. I'm very swift. And I can't be tied down to anybody. I can't be caught and smooched like that. I need to be free on the open road somewhere, somehow. But yes, I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. We'll see. In the wilderness, somewhere out there in the trees. Here in the deep north woods, at the honey factory, somewhere, somehow. Good luck. We'll see if you can catch me. Oh my god, our emotes. Ah, my dragon, I love you. I love you all so much. Bye, Seddon. Thanks for supporting the Catman. Kuvar, we scream for you. I make all of them scream. Scream, baby, scream. Sweat, baby, sweat. Yes. This is it. This is it. This is the QuvarTV show. This is what we've devolved into. Hee ooh woo. Yes. Alright, smell you later, beautiful people, and the bear. Smell you later as well, Seddon. Have a beautiful night. So, back on track once again. I'll do some more of my hair brushing ASMR here while I talk. So if you want to hear me brush my hair, just listen close. It'll be right there. Just sit right there and listen. I was going to read something, a little something to kind of guide us on the path into playing an actual video game properly. It's taken a minute. I'll still idle on the chatters list because I'm a creep with Chatterino, never mind me. I won't mind you. I have seen you. I've checked out the viewers list a few times, and actually Coding Haze called it out as well. I've seen you in there relatively frequently. Like, I don't know if Seddon's actually here or not, or if Seddon always just vibes with existence or something, but I appreciate the thought nonetheless, no matter what the truth is. So I was going to read something for y'all. I like to read the things that I write. I write a lot of things. I'm a man who writes. A writer by nurture, if not by nature. And I appreciate sharing what I have with people, because it's sharing a little part of me, a little part of who I am, a little part of my thought process, a little part of my psyche with everyone. So I had a YouTube channel a while back, 2 years ago or so. I ran it for about 2 years, and some of the things that I've wrote are video descriptions, which for the channel I started off by actually writing video descriptions properly, like this is what the video is, this is what this is about. But then eventually I got tired of that, so I said, you know what, I'm done writing video descriptions. I said that in a video description. The next video description was just ellipses, just silence, because I'm done with this. And then from there on, I just started writing whatever came to mind, so it's a lot of tangents, a lot of soliloquies and monologues. and eventually became a deep exploration of my psyche and the way that I think about things. And a lot of it is a little bit inaccurate now because I was in a dark place at the time, so it gets a little deep and heavy and a little sad at times when I read them. But I'm in a much better place now. I exist within the sunshine. I exist within the field of sunflowers. So you don't have to worry about me if I read these. Just remember that it was a different time. Speaking of reading things, actually, there's a few people in chat here who have not been around for this, so I can... I like doing this because I had a community challenge to do a live rendition of Reignition Reforged, which was the... Are these still on YouTube? They may be. That is correct. That is correct. There are some new people here. I have not done Reignition Reforged for you people, so I don't know if you've heard it. It's on my Twitter. I have the video that I created for it posted. It's my pinned tweet. But I can do a live rendition for you of Reignition Reforged, which is the poem/rap that I wrote when I took a 2-week break away from the internet. I wrote that and posted that video as a way of saying, hey, I'm back, motherfuckers, listen to me. And I like doing that for people because it's kind of fun. And I like doing it from memory now because I've done it so much that I have most of it memorized. I stumble a little bit and I don't always do good renditions of it, but it is fun to do. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a shot. I've never heard it. Coding Haze, you've probably heard it like a dozen times by this point, in between the times that I've recited it just for you, the videos itself, and the times that I've recited it on stream, which are a lot. That being said, give me a moment here. I'm going to stand up for this, because it's always easier to do this when I'm standing up. Let me adjust my mic. Hopefully it doesn't make too much noise. Hopefully it's not too horrible. Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear the sound of my voice? I know Pyro's never heard it. Alright, well that's one person is more than enough. I've definitely recited this for people who don't even exist before, so it's perfectly fine. Here we go. Rise up, when is this motherfucker gonna rise up? When is this motherfucker gonna rise up? Rise up, rise up, rise up. Hey yo, it's me, I'm back, coming at you. The return, it's this arguable rap I never learned. Is it a rap, just rhyme, just spoken poetry time? Just me flopping on the page, spilling thoughts for days, whatever drivel I've got on my mind. They call this the remix to Ignition, but now I'm just messing. I'm testing your ability to see past my silly soliloquies. This is the reignition of my passion's fire, the reforging of my desire to be me with my everything. Hello, it's me, Kuvar. MC, is that main character a master of ceremonies? How many questions will I ask through the course of these? This isn't the shit you want to hear. I've been gone for a minute, and it's quite clear through the haze of my adrenaline, my days of silence had diminished my presence as a designated denizen of this interesting, introspective internet collective. My silence, transience, the misplaced happenstance, my desire to try this, lending itself to my coming back with violence, metaphorically. But I don't lead you on with this preamble any longer. I mean, that's probably not true because I'm a rambler or a gambler. I don't know if you can handle more. But here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know my soul still burns even for a moment, a minute, may have diminished a little teensy bit with the flame still lit in it. No tears or fears can douse my passion. This is my career and Kuvar is in fashion. Or at least is known by a handful of folks who hammer their love, build me up, offer support. Goddamn, you know it's a comfort. Having your eyes on me, knowing that I'm seen, that's you. I choose meaning. Soon as the blaze got watered down to a flame spark, it doesn't matter, the rains will claim that part of my soul. I may have weakened, but I've taken my time to reignite. Now I'm burning, the world's turned for me, now I'm back to fight, now watch me go. I'm unkillable, I'm unstoppable, I'm invincible, I'm improbable. Now I've got to show the color of my soul to the people all around the world. My future, my life, is just starting to unfurl. The beautiful tapestry weaving our story, not a fantasy. The beginning of our rhapsody, the freedom to chase eternity. Look to the horizon and face possibility. Don't give up. Never give up. My spirit was tattered, maybe a little bit shattered, but contrary to what my mysterious disappearance would have you believe, I started gathering the broken pieces near immediately, started placing them in position one by one, reforming my heart, the reforging had begun. The cracks between fragments lighting up, glowing bright enough to blind, future so bright I gotta wear shades, no time to rewind, we marching, wading through the marsh and the mire, no time looking for what can inspire, that determination drive to keep, fucking hell. Yeah, so like I said, I don't have this perfectly memorized, I fuck it up every once in a while, and that part keeps getting me. So if you'll excuse me, let's reset and pretend like that didn't happen. The crack between fragments lighting up, glowing bright enough to blind, future so bright we gotta wear shades, no time to rewind, we marching, wading through the marsh and the wire, looking for what can inspire, to keep trudging forward, that determination drive to stay alive, keep fighting forward. The hammer comes down, beating a symphony on my heart, a part of the process, white hot shards melding together, beaten, smelted, welded, I didn't know about blacksmithing, how does this work? I move on with a bunch of silly words to distract you from this messy verse. Tomorrow can borrow, look the star of the tricks you inflicts you into the past, but bust your ass to the legend, you're moving fast and furious, no matter how blast and curious you seek meaning in this, but the series of words just absurd thrown together as a diversion, a rhyming incursion, a brand new version of rambling tangents, the reason or sampling of seeming like I got something to say, which while away from rap to another, and brother, let me tell you, someone that was smothering sample because fingers in my mind, its eyes around the corner, I'm gonna scream bloody murder, because I really got to end this before I send this out as a nonsense chorus, walk back, rap, and chapter, I've snapped! The hammer taps one final time before it naps and falls to the ground with a pound. And look around, how lucky I am to be alive right now. Reforged, and how? They call me the Iron Man because I got lights coming out of my hands. Wait, that's stupid. It's just because I'm resilient and brilliant, determined to make all this permanent. My feet on the pavement, I ain't stopping yet. The bitch is back. Now I'm bigger, better, stronger than ever, braver and faster. Maybe a right bastard. I'm a prick, but sometimes my rhymes at least can be a little slick. Maybe this time it'll stick. Too much rock for one hand. Now I'll turn it down a little, perhaps. Slip back into the old-fashioned manner of speaking, the loss of the reaping of a quickened pace. I'm headed for space. The stars, scattered across the night sky, a smattering of brilliant lights watching me like shining eyes. They're sizing me up, measuring my worth. I feel the weight of the universe on my shoulders. But I rise up. Yeah, this motherfucker's rising up, standing resolute, planting my feet, rooting myself in this field. The sunflowers are real. I know this. I feel it. Determination emblazoned in my eyes, the blazing rise of flaming tides, and my passionate cries to the boundless skies. The sunrise breaks the horizon, washes away the piercing gaze of the stars, and leaves clarity. I'm not scared to be. This is home. And I'm not gonna live here alone. You belong here too. You know it. It's true. The world belongs to you. The sun and the moon, they're yours for the taking. Just reach out, touch faith, yeah. Take a chance and dance the dance of life with me. Embrace eternity. Accept forever. And always remember that I love you and I'm proud of you. Have a beautiful life. Reignition. Reforged. So that's a little thing that I wrote. Kind of a way to welcome myself back to existence. And it's got some stuff going on. It's got a little bit of rhymes, a little bit of rhythm and flow to it. I should probably read chat. What do we got going on here? I hear it in my sleep. You are so good. Thank you, Violet. You're a sweetheart. One time I made a joke about thinking about this when I'm being intimate with my fiance because it keeps saying rise up. But now that I made the joke, I really do think of it every time we bone. This is making my tongue hurt, and I'm so proud of you and glad you're alive and here with us all. Thank you so much, Violet. You are such a bright, shining light in the darkness, aren't you? You can't help it. It's just who you are. So, yeah, I wrote that, and my problem when I write things is I don't ever edit or revise them. I don't ever really read them usually, because then I just end up adding more to them. So, for example, the one line, it was originally, it's quite clear that my silence has diminished my presence as a denizen of this internet collective. And then I just read it again and I added to it. So there's more rhymes I could add to that, and became, it's quite clear through the haze of my adrenaline that my days of silence had diminished my presence as a designated denizen of this interesting, introspective internet collective. That thing. And then my favorite line, I think, is the one that I screw up all the time, because it's got a lot of rhymes kind of flow in with each other and continue to move and groove in a zigzag pattern almost. It's the cracks between fragments lighten up, glowing bright enough to blind. Future so bright, we gotta wear shades and time to rewind. We march and wading through the marsh and the mire, looking for what can inspire to keep trudging forward. That determination and drive to stay alive, keep fighting for worth. Just pop, 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 pop. You deserve all the good vibes and you have serious talent, darling. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I always do. And I do love writing. I'm a man who writes, so I write a lot of things. And anytime people listen to or read what I write and say that it has value, it means a lot, because like I spent a lot of my life not thinking that I had value, not believing that. And I've been spending the last few years on a journey to learn to love myself through the lens of other people, which is probably not the right way to go about it. But it helps to know that there are people out there who see value in me and see my worth, because then it's like, well, if this many people are saying it, then there has to be some truth to it, because I can see my own value. I can. I'm not blind to it. I know that I have some talents, some charms, perhaps. I know that it exists. It's just, it's difficult to fully believe in it all the time. And I almost struggle with it, because it feels almost egotistical or narcissistic to think, yeah, I'm good at this thing, but I know that's not the case. It's just pride in yourself and what you do, and that should be perfectly acceptable to have. So that being said, I'm the best, the greatest, the test of greatness. I'm a beautiful person in so many ways. I have a shining soul. I am extremely charming, charismatic. I am funny. I am intelligent. And God, I am so humble. All right. So that all being said, that was the one thing. That wasn't actually not what I was planning on reading initially. I was planning on reading one of those video descriptions I made mention of, which can be fun sometimes. They go on a wild ride in a way. But I saw an opportunity to read Reignition Reforged again, or recite, I should say, Reignition Reforged again, which is always a fun time. I enjoy it, and so I took it. But I'm going to read this, and I'm going to actually play some video games, I promise. We're 45 minutes in here, but I will play some video games at some point. I'm going to lurk while I make dinner. I love you, absolutely sweet bear. I hope that your dinner is absolutely lovely. I appreciate the lurk always, and I love you as well, Violet. But I'm not a bear. I just dress like one, I swear. That's my gimmick. That's the joke. It's my catchphrase. You'll have to let me know what you make for dinner and how it goes. I love food. Food is delicious. I got some snacks here in case I need them. So yeah, I'll read this video description quick, and then I'll actually get to playing some real video game shit. Thank you, absolutely sweet creature. I suppose that's valid. I am a creature of some kind. A creature of the night. Because I'm definitely in the middle of the night right now. It's not that late, really. So, video description for you lovely people. Because I can't stop myself from reading. I'm a man who writes and a man who reads. So this one, let's see what we got here. What is the context of this one? Gotta readjust my mic. Do you remember a time when these video descriptions were different? There was a time when I was able to put in even the smallest amount of effort to make a silly joke or bit with some semblance of humor. There was a time when I was capable of making the effort to keep them at least somewhat coherent, keeping up the appearance of order. Can't wait for Kukar to come out and announce he actually is a bear and it's all a twist, calling it now. Shut up. I don't write plot twists like that. That's not what I do. It definitely doesn't happen in all my short stories. Fuck you. Don't call me out. There was a time before these devolved into pure chaos. True stream of consciousness. That's funny that I say that there, because that's what this is. It's a stream of consciousness. A time before every bit of my thought process waged war against the very idea of maintaining awareness, fluidity, meaning, purpose. A time before my consistent mental interruptions manifested themselves as breaks in the flow of words, spacing, thoughts, tangents, asides. Do you remember? I remember that I tried, once upon a time. I did. Lately it seems like I can't express a single idea properly, or explore what I'm trying to say. I never really could, sure, but it was closer. I suppose this represents my mind state pretty well, so there's that. The chaos, the self-loathing, the confusion, conflict, misery. There was a time. These last couple descriptions are the worst they may have ever been. These last couple weeks may be the worst I've ever been. Probably not, but almost certainly the worst that has been documented in any way like these were. Let's review for a second. The last two descriptions. Humor me. Conventional professionalism is a good thing. The idea of being polite and courteous to people is commendable. That being said, there's a level of it that I vehemently oppose. There should be a sliding scale wherein people to a certain extent aren't judged based on their appearance, the way they speak, etc., etc. There are obvious cases where behavior and dress are unacceptable, but that's more of a societal disturbance than a professional one. Even now, I'm unable to properly get across what my issue is. Can't we all be more understanding? Can't we all be more loving? Can't we all be more reasonable? Can't we all be more realistic? Man in the mirror. Regrets. I regret my words and deeds. Little things, often inconsequential. I should have used a different word there. That's redundant, and not in an intentional way. What does that mean? Anyways, regrets pile on top of me like so many dogs doing the thing. The dog pile, I don't know, metaphors, simile, like or as. Language. Dogs. Regret. All of this is bad. Not the dogs, what I'm doing, all of that is bad. I'm tired. What a low energy description, nothing new to say, I'm not even having any sort of mental breakdown. I'm just tired. I never have anything truly new to say, and when I do find myself unable to say it gooder, well, that's just how it is, isn't it? You can't please everyone, you can't be on at all times. It's tough, it wears you down, but also what does it mean? I'm tired. I wish I could be entertaining. I wish I didn't regret. I wish. Why don't you do something about it, me? Take action. Just do it. Don't let your wishes be wishes, your dreams be dreams. Be better. Be Shia LaBeouf. What am I doing? It just goes on and on. I've said that. This is all the same. Me pointing that out is all the same. I'm trapped. I'm stuck. I won't allow myself to leave. I need a way out. I need. I did the thing I wasn't planning. I did it. A joke, I guess. What a time to be alive. Social reform to the nth degree, to a degree. What is it? Where are we? Who am I? Social reform confuses me. The reasoning behind it, the methods used. It seems like it should be so easy. Why are all the trouble? Aren't people reasonable? Nah, not really. A lot are, but more than one would think are not. They are trouble. We are trouble too. Am I we? Can I claim to be we? I'm a straight white male. I think that means I'm the enemy of society. I'm confused. Do my opinions not matter because of who I am, because of my privilege? Can I not love and be loved? What is love? That's a question for another day. Does questioning my worth and why it does or does not matter due to who I am make me a problem? Am I lesser? Is my ignorance the bane of existence? Is everything I do wrong? Am I oppressed? No, probably not. Of course not. But I do feel attacked sometimes. I'm stupid, I know. It's not about me. I am the problem. I am not the problem. I cried when I watched Black Panther. Is that okay? Is that not my place? Am I not allowed to feel the message, the power, the emotion of the film and the struggles? Does asking this make me wrong? Does questioning this make me wrong? Am I racist? Am I sexist? Am I misogynist? Am I ignorant? Am I the problem? Am I broken? Where does the hatred end? Why are we always fighting? Am I naive? Why can't it be easy? Why are people like this? Why am I like this? What am I even talking about? Being on the internet has ruined me. Seeing people spew hatred from all sides makes me question everything I know or thought I knew. I live a sheltered existence. I have an easy life. I don't deserve to feel wrong. I don't deserve to feel bad. Other people have it so much worse, so why do I feel like this? It isn't fair. It isn't fair to the people who are actually struggling. I'm a guy. I'm just a guy sitting here. What am I doing? Who am I? The world I live in revolves around a belief in people, a belief in myself. I think that it should be possible to love everyone. I think people are too easily offended. I know that's a problematic way of thinking, I think. The malicious people out there don't understand, and I don't understand. There are people who hate, people who say things and do things out of spite, malice, hatred, but sometimes it seems like the innocent ignorant are attacked more often. I'm wrong. I know I am. Why can't we all just be real? What am I saying? What am I doing? I'm rambling. It's incoherent. There is no message. It's a word jumble. I'm lost. I'm tired. This is nonsense. It's meaningless. There is a spectrum, with warriors for bigotry and prejudice on one end, and warriors for social justice on the other. Extremes are bad. We should be able to meet in the middle and understand. Why is it so hard? What am I saying? I'm incoherent. Centrism is bad. Being neutral is bad. I've seen this. Where am I going with this? I'm rambling. I'm tired. I'm lost. Who am I? I'm wrong. But why? Because people? Because it is in our nature to contend, to conflict, to cause problems and be problems. I am the problem. I don't understand. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. What is this? I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I love you, even if I don't know how or why or if I'm wrong for doing so. I love you, even if I don't know who I am or why I am or what I'm doing. I love you. I love you. I love. So that's a video description. Definitely absolutely describes the video that it was created for. I love this description. You're like Mother Goose combined with a guy in a cat suit. Yeah, I suppose there's a bit of a semblance of poetry to it in the way that it's written, in the way that it's just kind of expressing what I'm thinking and feeling. I feel this on a fucking cellular level. I'm glad that it can resonate with you, Violence. It's a way of being, really. And these video descriptions, these are very cathartic in a way. Like I said, I'm in a much better place than I was when I initially wrote these, but writing them out was cathartic in a way, because it's getting these strange ideas out there in a way that can be repetitious. It can be a little bit self-destructive in a way sometimes. It can be questioning the truth of all of it, but it helps, and reading it to people helps as well, because I feel like it gets that idea across to other people and they can possibly resonate with it like you apparently did there, and I appreciate that. And that's part of the reason why I like reading these so much when I get the opportunity to do so, because it lets me connect with people in that kind of way. It lets me share that bit of my soul, that bit of who I am with people in that kind of way. And I really enjoy that. And that's why so many of my streams lately have just kind of devolved where I'm like, I'm going to do a thing. And then it just goes straight off into stream of consciousness where I start talking with chat, I start doing things that come to mind, and I start reading things, and I just don't stop. And it's a good time. I enjoy it, and the people who hang out with me seem to enjoy it as well. So it's not like it's a lost cause. It's not wasted time. Time spent wasted that you enjoy is not time spent wasted. And it gives me this opportunity to be a little bit something different, I suppose. This is not... The QuvarTV show is a very unique concept. You don't get stream of consciousness things like this, I think, in a lot of ways. I've heard this thought echoed by a lot of people who've come by my chat where they're like, this is not the sort of stuff that you usually find on Twitch. This is not what most people do. And it's probably for good reason. This is not the thing that most people should do. This is not the sort of thing that has a broad appeal in a way, I think. I have a very niche appeal. So I'll never be a big boy. I'll never have a vast audience of people clamoring to watch me do things, watch me play games or speak about things. But that's okay. I don't need that. Having the niche, having the few people who care to come around and chat with me or listen to what I have to say and who care about me means more than having any number ever could. And I have a number right now. I have a number of people. It said right there in Reignition Reforged, a handful of people who hammer their love, build me up, offer support. Goddamn, you know it's comfort. Having their eyes on me, knowing that I'm seen. I choose meaning. I choose you. I choose all of you. It doesn't matter if I am an unusual prospect. It doesn't matter if I'm strange or if what I'm doing is not the right way to do it or the right way to do things. If there is ever a right way. It's all fine because I'm slowly building these connections. I'm building these bridges. I'm walking this path alongside all of you, building a way to reach that castle in the sky, a way to reach the stars together with all of us. What about 10,000? What about 10,000 Coding Haze? You think I can get 10,000 people? Is that what you're saying? A 10,000 person cult? I mean, a 10,000 person group of friends hanging out with me and having a good time? My niche? Yeah, 10,000 would be something. If I had 10,000 people watching me, that would be insane. I don't expect to ever hit anything near that. But if I had that many people, you know I would be reading a lot of shit, because I'd be like, hey, y'all, listen up to this. This is what I got to say. This is what I have to say. It's not important. It's not like it's gospel, but it's something in some kind of way. And I would definitely read my short stories as well, because I love those. They have some quality to them. Is 10,000 greater than us? No, 10,000 is not greater than you. 10,000 person Kuvar me? I don't know if you slap some of the shenanigans on TikTok. I think it would happen fast. I suppose that's fair. TikTok is a thing. I haven't used TikTok really. I've looked at things on TikTok. It's got some interesting stuff going on there, but I don't know how I would use it, because I feel like these things that I write and read are a little too long for that. I suppose the goodnight tweets I could probably do for TikTok. I could recite those, because those are relatively short. Because I got some of those here. Hold on a second. That's a lot of sub tokens. Yeah, it would be. I'm looking at TikTok for my good morning and good night tweets. Yeah, because I do good night tweets pretty often, but they're not good night tweets. They're a lot more than that in most cases. I don't know if y'all have heard some of them. I know Coding Haze has heard some. But the one I posted last night was... I'm going to read this now, because we're on a reading kick here. This is what we're doing. We're reading. My good night tweet last night was, "It's that time of the evening. Another good night tweet thing, but this time I don't expect it to rhyme because I'm just going to ramble on and on a few dozen lines, thinking out loud off the top of my mind. A little less rhythm, not quite the flow, just speaking aloud a series of thoughts, although it's still written down. If I went to sleep right now, what would I dream of? If you were asleep as well, would you dream with me? Would we dream of a forest, hundreds of trees stretching out like a sea of greens, but lo and behold there are the leaves, changing color with the season. A sprinkling of autumn's fire, the colors ignited, so vibrant, a sign of the times to come. A chill in the air, but warm together. Would we dream of crawling under the blankets, hiding away from the cold and the rain, wrapped up, comfortable, and just forget the world? If sleep were to take us, you and I, what would we dream of? Would we dream we could fly, our weightless forms lifted into the sky, soaring past the clouds on high, they're drifting by, fluffy, like cotton candy, like marshmallow bundles, soft and sweet and breathtaking? Would we dream of the stars, pinpricks of light in the night sky, guiding our way to Neverland and beyond? Would we dream of the infinite expanse of space, broken up by bursts of color and sparks, flowering fireworks, popping around us, the sky becoming a garden of fiery blossoms, a field of explosions, and we float? If we slept now, what would we dream of? Would we dream of getting lost in a hedge maze, the threat of a flood urging us on to find the exit, and along the way we meet strange bedfellows, a cowardly werewolf, a cyborg with a fishbowl for a head, a timer ticking down until the water rushes in and we drown? Would we dream of heroics, the zombie apocalypse, trapped in a strip mall and forced to fend off dinosaur pricks? But they're zombies too. Damn, it's a good thing we know Kung Fu. If we fell asleep now, would the dreams take us? If I fell asleep now, would you be there, waiting? So I write goodnight tweets every once in a while, and sometimes there are things like that, sometimes there are things that are completely different. Like, I have a wide variety of things to do, so I suppose those might be short enough to fit on TikTok. I don't know what the actual time limit on TikToks is, because I haven't watched enough of it to know that. I know they're relatively short usually. It's like a new form of Vine, kind of, right? I'm just scrolling through my goodnight tweets right now. I'm just thinking about these. Because there's a lot. There's a lot here. There's a lot of things that I write and say in some kind of way. That reminds me. I had a rap battle on Twitter for the first time ever, which was kind of fun. And if I'm doing silly shit here and not actually playing a game yet, why don't I share with you all the rap battle that I participated in? Show you what I had to deal with. Here, let me pop on over here. Scroll down my Twitter. It was with good lad Beelzebub. He's a friendly, chaotic individual. He saw one of my goodnight tweets when I was being evil. I was evil for a day. And, wow, how long ago was that? Was that a while ago? That was a while ago. Damn. So this is the goodnight tweet that I posted on that day.
Goodnight tweet, but this time I'm evil. I'm even typing in all caps, but you can't see it. Baba booey, why don't you eat shit? Fuck you, my friend, I'm the king of the pits. Like the pits of hell, not like armpits, which is how you smell. Ha ha ha. Fuck you and your little dog, too. That's the line from the classic film, Wizard of Oz. Have you seen it? They say it lines up with Dark Side of the Moon, the album by Pink Floyd. But it's not really relevant. Still, I couldn't avoid the tangent. Your mom is a bitch, and so am I. I mean, so are you. I'm a real swell guy. I mean, bad. Shit. I'm a bad guy. Ooh, better watch out or I'll ditch school. I mean, I graduated long ago, so that doesn't matter either. Shit, I'm really bad at this. Who knew writing and rhyming with any decent timing or feeling or flow would be so difficult? Especially when I'm just being evil. Fuck your couch, and fuck your dad. Listen to me, I'm oh so bad. I should stop. This is getting me nowhere fast. This bit is a flop, so always forget that I hate you and you're a waste of human flesh. Have a dreadful day, you miserable bidet. Is that an insult? Fuck, I kept going. Pretend I stopped earlier. Ding doing. God damn
it. that was a very unique one. Extremely evil and prime comedy material, honestly. Super funny. So then Beelzebub, who Beelzebub TV. I'll link his Twitter. Why not? He's a friendly fellow. Yeah, give him a peek or something. Fuck your couch is my new favorite thing ever. Fuck your couch and fuck your dad. So he saw that and he replied with, "Oh, are those rhymes I hear? We rhyming? All right, bet. Consider this video response the start of our rap beef." And this is what he posted.
I didn't realize we were gonna start rhyming. This is improvised, so I apologize for the timing. Baba booey, you ba bitch. My flows get bruised by Baba Yaga the witch. Enjoy being king of the pits. I'm the prince of hell. You're getting destroyed in this rap battle, in case you couldn't tell. You think you're a bad guy because you might ditch school? That's for the best. You didn't learn anything, fool. You have 2 brain cells and they're fighting for 3rd place. You sound like an insect. so I apologize for the timing. Baba Booey,
Oops, switched
Baba Booey,
over to the
Baba
wrong
bitch.
page.
My flows get brewed by
Here we
Baba
go.
Yaga the witch.
This is the
Enjoy
one.
being king of the pits. I'm the prince of hell. You're getting destroyed in this rap battle, in case you couldn't tell.
So he responded with that, which was a proper rap battle response, I suppose. And I have never been in a rap battle, so I was very excited. Hold on, I need to find where he did it. He quote tweeted it. And he said, "I'm starting a rap beef with Kuvar. Listen to his audio, then my brutal takedown here. He did a great job, excellent." And I just said to him, "Oh, thank you for the opportunity," because I've never gotten to do something like this before. So I responded in my own way with, "Don't step to me. You know not what you're playing with." And this is my response.
You know, I was going to go to bed, but I felt this tingling in my head. Perhaps I should say a jingling from my phone instead. A contest of wits between the king of the pits and the prince of hell? Nah, fam, don't even step up, go jump in a well, get your toe tapping, fake rapping out of here. Crawl back in your shell. This bad rap game is my shit, and day after day I spit. Propane fire may not be more than a lighter, a little bic, but even my weakest shit is hotter than you, bitch. I'm top of my class in QuvarTonomics, a fake education I just made up to prove this, that I'm an intellectual, preconceptual, semi-comical, ergonomically correct speaker, a reaper of this ripping, rocking, and faux rapping. I'm tapping, knock, knock on your door. Have you know my mom is a whore, but even then she birthed me, raised me, a pillar of support, some way, somehow, and I wouldn't deign to allow you to lay your filthy words at her doorstep. I'll bite my thumb at you in contempt. We pull in Shakespearean vulgarity and no way to compare to me. You stepping up to bat, but don't play with me. I'm the fucking ubermensch. I'm unkillable. I'm unstoppable. You belong on the bench. I'm invincible. I'm improbable, and you're mired in your own foul stench. I'm not gonna carry out my wayward son any longer. I think you've had your fill. So wander over yonder and take a handful of these metaphorical pills, because I just put you and this beef to rest. And never forget, even if you're a piddly piece of shit, I still love you, and I'm proud of you. Have a beautiful night.
So I think I did an alright job there. I think that's a decent response. And I liked his response to that response, which was, "This is not how I thought this rap roast would end. How do I respond?" And I said, "I cannot be contained." And he said, "I've never been eviscerated in a rap and then told to have a beautiful night." I was like, you know what? Fair point. That's probably not something that happens very frequently. And he did respond again with another little rap thing. But I think I won.
Getting roasted. I'm not here to hear those weak raps that you boasted. Listen here, you little shit. You call this a contest of wit, but I don't battle with the disabled. You forgot to switch your talent to enabled. Now go back into my shell, 'cause that's where I keep my nine. You just started rapping and you're already past your prime. That shit was so weak, I think you need some fiber. Your girl gets weak when I'm inside her. Raps can't be ergonomic. It refers to an object. It's boring as economics. When you speak, everyone objects. I hear you knock knock, so I got the Glock. Your time as a rapper is limited. TikTok, you might impress a 10-year-old on TikTok. You bite your thumb at
I
me
hope
and
so.
I bite it off. Listening to you is more irritating than a cough. You've had your fill of this beef and you want it to end? Then we'll call it a draw. This was fun. Press send.
And then he had a minute and a half of silence, which I really appreciate. That's good comedy there. So yeah, he had a good time. He's a good sport. Really appreciated that. That was fun. I appreciated the opportunity to do that. And yes, Coding Hayes, I took the silly things off. Don't worry. And you did redeem an extra one, so I guess I'll take one other silly thing off. I'm already not wearing pants, so I can't do that. So I'll do this. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm getting to it. It takes a second. Relax. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pop, lock, and drop it. There we go. Alright. There. I took the silly thing off. Did you see my cool clip? I see it. I'm assuming that's when I was playing the fuck your couch and fuck your dad part. Somewhere around there. I do appreciate the clip. I'm sure that you'll get plenty of play on my channel. Now, I do intend, like I said, I do intend to actually play video games. But I'm in a reading mood now because I started reading and I never stop when I start. So I'm just going to read maybe one more video description because those can be kind of fun. So I will read that and then I'll actually play some video games for a while. This is the video description that immediately followed the previous one, so we'll see where my thought process was like a week later. Do you ever just feel like you're in a downward spiral, and everything that is going wrong is practically your fault, so you can't really feel bad about it, but you do because you're in a downward spiral, and that just makes you feel worse, and it loops around and continues and spirals like a perfectly thrown football by God's gift to men? Brett Favre in his prime, amen? So anyways, I've lamented myself in the state of these descriptions of late enough, probably. I mean, maybe not, because it's not entirely coherent, but I think the point maybe gets across. Probably. To some degree. Woo, hello Shay, welcome to the QuvarTV show again. How are you doing this evening? Has your fever gone down at all? Are you feeling better? How are you feeling? Are you doing well? I hope so. You've missed some hair brushing ASMR. I made tea earlier. I made it the proper way, don't worry. Everything's perfectly fine. I'm good. Sitting in D&D. Ooh. D&D is always fun. Are you playing, or are you just observing? Do you play D&D much? D&D is delightful. I love D&D. I have D&D on Sunday, in fact. It'll be the finale of our current arc of the campaign. So we'll see how that goes. I'm playing, but it's other party members' turns. You are playing a dangerous game here. But I suppose if it's is it online D&D and it's in combat? Because I could understand that, I suppose, where you're kind of just taking the time in between turns and you're not actually playing this aloud for people. Is online. All right, good. Okay, I can't say that I have not done similar things with some of my online groups. Not in combat. We split the party. Oh, first rule of D&D: always split the party. Absolutely. All right, that makes sense. I have had some sessions like that. We had a session where 2 party members cast fly on themselves and flew ahead of us while we were chasing down this tower, and they reached there first, and they're like, what do we do? Well, maybe we could start fighting. So they started fighting, forgetting that, combat in D&D happens. So then the rest of the session was these 2 people trying to take down an entire tower of enemies by themselves while the rest of us just ran our asses off trying to catch up. And it was a good time. I enjoy it. I love everything about D&D, so I have no problems watching other people have a good time and vibe. Just watching them have fun is fun for me, because it's the storytelling, it's the everything that happens in that way. And of course, I enjoy my own part in it. I have been told I'm a good D&D player by everybody that I play with, all my DMs and fellow players, because I get really into character. I really get into the role play aspect of it, almost to a detriment, because I've had several people die because of decisions I've made where I'm like, this is what I'm doing because this makes sense. And it's like, I wasn't planning on doing this, but it's what I'm doing now. My current character in one of my campaigns is a coward, though, so hopefully he won't die. That being said, he's had some character development recently that has kind of turned his cowardice off a little bit. His name is NieR Replicant, owner of Almond Bar, terrific tapestries and fantabulous fabrics. Yes. Come on down for all your fantabulous fabric needs. I can sew you anything you need. I can weave you what you need. Yes. But the truth of the matter is, his name is a secret. Don't tell anyone. His name is not Emil Almondai. He's actually been hiding from his past for several decades now. But his real name is Dallas Brightheart, and he was a member of the Stars of the Wandering Sun. But he had to fall out with them. It's a way of phrasing it, I suppose. Yes. But he's been running from that ever since. He hasn't even seen his family in over 2 decades now. Doesn't really know what fate has in store for him, but he's on a path, and he's gotta do what he can to continue on that path and save the world. Is that what we're doing? Are we saving the world right now? It seems crazy to say it, but I guess that is kind of what we're at. So I love D&D. So I hope you're having a good time with that. I hope you're enjoying what's going on. I would love to hear about it at some point. I really should have a D&D stream at some point where I just talk about D&D. I've talked about doing that with Khan at some point, because Khan is a big D&D fellow as well, and I think it'd be a good time just having a back and forth there, discussing past events, stories, thoughts about the way the game works, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I was in the middle of reading a video description and I got distracted by Shay coming in. So I will get back to this. Where was I? Anyways, again, let's try to go back a bit. Be kind, rewind, and try to put out some actual semi-cogent gospel up in this church, What's up with that? The Jesus stuff? Like, it's just suddenly there, and there, all over. Whatever. Moving on. I envy people that have opinions. I envy the ability to have opinions, be passionate about them, and be able to articulate what they are and why they are. I struggled with that. In part, it is due to my documented, insanely eclectic interests. It's not that nuts, geez, sorry. Because I like so many things and so many things, it's tough for me to choose a favorite anything. Favorite movie? Nope. Favorite TV show? Nope. Favorite book, food, music artist, music genre, color, clothing, style, word, person, self, country, star, myth, cryptid, shoe, alcohol, accessory, phrase, place, fabric, amount of sleep to get, video game, loss of words, loss of thoughts, getting back on track. Nope. If I sit and really think and contemplate the subject, I could probably come up with a list of favorites. But a singular one? Very unlikely. I don't know if that's just the way I am or if it is a result of the mass quantity of options I have to choose from due to my innate trend of, I enjoy thing. Maybe it's both. People who have opinion for thing so powerful that they are willing to tattoo it onto their body or build their life around some facet of thing fascinates me, astounds me, make me jealous. I wish that I could have that singular attachment to something that powerfully. I think. Maybe liking many things many much is just as good, if not better in its own ways. Who's to say, really? People who can articulate their opinions without stumbling over their words or struggling to find words or struggling to find meaning in more ways than one, am I right? Existentialism and depression and whatnot. Hoo-ha-hee-hee. The ability to actually speak coherently about a subject, type coherently about something, is really incredible to me. I can kind of sort of do it sometimes. I would hope that if you read enough of these shenanigans that you may be getting some insight into who I am and what I'm thinking. Oh boy, is this an accidental character study? An accidental trip deep into the dangerous recesses of a broken man's psyche? I don't know. You tell me! I'm sorry I yelled. Sometimes I can get across some semblance of a feeling or idea. Sometimes it seems like I'm doing it, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel close enough to what I actually want to convey. Then I get worried. What if they are misunderstanding me? What if they don't really get where I'm coming from, but they think they do? What if they think I'm saying something I'm not? What if they don't know me? What if I don't know me? Nope, not doing this shit again. I worry too much about the exact meaning of the words I'm using and the way in which I'm using them, especially considering that my understanding of the way I'm using them is often not what your standard everyday people would think. Sometimes, probably, yeah. I've heard often enough that people don't really get what or how or why I'm saying what I am, or proclaiming their astonishment and understanding after I tried to explain why I was semantics that way, and why the wordplay and inconsequential references and other etc. This is nonsense, but that is the standard at this point. Surely you understand, please and thank you. Alright, let's try and wrangle up some conclusions here or something. I don't know, shut up. I have trouble picking favorites of things, because I like a lot of things. I envy people the ability to big love some singular thing because it seems nice to be zealous. In some sense, I am zealous, just for big everything, not literally, you know what I mean, shut up, you cunk. Am I just talking to me? Am I just talking to you? Getting too meta again, reel it back in, zip, 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 zip. I love a lot of things. I struggle with conveying what I mean, you know what I mean? I worry too much about the audience comprehension for everything I do. Yeah. Sure. That about sums it up. Probably. I don't know. I always feel like I want to, could, should, would, or write more in these, but I lose track of so many thoughts and I lose myself in so many half-thoughts and foggy brains that it is just tough. Honestly, my main man, throughout the week I have so many errant, meandering thoughts that I'm like, boy, this would be a good topic for a video description, maybe. Or, that's a good, clever line and or phrasing. I should remember that. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 he hoo 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 ha he The joke is memory. My memory is a joke. It's punchline. Golly, punchline was so good. Did you hear that the game is finally going to get localized for America? Pretty rad. I'm probably going to get it. Anyways, again, the point is, this time, that I don't take notes and this could be really great or fluid or something. Maybe worse, could be worse. If I took notes about all the ideas and stray thoughts I had during the Evertime flow. Alright, I'll just cut it off here. Can you explain what a cunk is? Yeah, a cunk is a word that a couple of my friends and I use every once in a while. It's kind of an amalgamation of other words such as cunt, cock, cuck, and fuck, things like that. It can be used in any sort of situation. You're a cunk, or this is really cunked up, things like that. I don't use it that often anymore, honestly, but I used it around this time, and every once in a while it still kind of slips back in. So yeah, that is what a kunk is. I hope you enjoy your explanation of kunk. Is it everything you could ever wanted? You know, I'm a bad boy, because I said I was gonna play a game. I'm gonna play a game. I promise. I'm going to play a game. I really am. I'm gonna play so many video games. Oh yeah, video games. Am I right? But now I'm kind of getting into the flow of reading video descriptions because these kind of flow together nicely and it's fun. It's kind of a nice flashback, a blast to the past, Samurai Jack, of what the time was like 2 years ago, what I was like 2 years ago, all my thought processes back then, and some of it still kind of persists these days, but there's so much of it that's slightly different, and I don't remember most of these, even though I read all of them. I read them to people in, a couple of years back as well. I didn't actually read all of them. There are a few that have not been read, actually. There are a few that nobody knows about. That'd be interesting to get to those at some point. You know what? You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, bucket. Maybe I should read the final video description I ever wrote. Because nobody has heard that one. That one is a long one. That one is a fucking essay. Maybe I should read that one. I'm gonna read that one. This is a new content. This is fresh content that nobody has seen. Absolutely nobody. I mean, that's not entirely true. I actually, I posted these on Pastebin because I didn't have enough space in video descriptions. I hit the character limit in video descriptions on YouTube. So I posted these on Pastebin, which is a programming website for things. When you talk these, I always accidentally write your real name. Yeah, watch out for that. My real name is Quvar. That being said, this final video description actually got 5,452 hits on Pastebin. I don't know if those people actually read it or not, or why it got so much attention, but it did. So like 5,452 people may have seen this. Don't know if they did or not. But let's read this. A brand new thing. Something that I don't remember writing. I know I wrote it, and nobody's heard it. Brand new, fresh content for you here on the QuvarTV show. Strap in, folks. This is going to be a long one. Cue theme music. Fuck. What an introduction. What an introduction, honestly. Man, I'm a good writer, let me tell you what. Okay. I'm just going to start over here. Strap in, folks. This is going to be a long one. Cue theme music. Fuck. What this amounts to, what this is intended to be, what I hope that this serves as, is a respectful, respective retrospective on the ins and outs, the purpose, the path, the journey, the meaning of the collective eclectic works known as video descriptions, a theoretically magnum opus for the time I've spent here, as blank of the blank, that's my name and the name of the channel, which I'm hiding for the time being. That's a funny line. If I was sharing the title or the actual channel, that would be a really funny line there, but I can't do that because I'm trying to keep that hidden. A truly soul-bearing, a culmination, an approximation of what this has been, what this was meant to be, and who I am. Appropriately, this should in turn serve as a finale to the series, a wrapping up of the content, if not the source material. I will continue to live on. I will continue to grow and fall, fail and rise, be and be not. This is not necessarily the end of the video descriptions themselves, or the videos themselves, though it very well could be heading in that direction depending on what path I strive to stride down from this moment forward, and ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Yes, I realize how pretentious and self-aggrandizing this is. All of this has been. But it has also been therapeutic. It has been fun. It has been stressful and neurotic and psychotic and fantastic. It has been, and so have we. So allow me this. Allow me this send-off, this moment to all I have done and can do, this hot mess, hello from the future, of an essay, essentially. I've always wanted to fuck a ghost. How fitting that this video description finale falls in the finale of A Way Out, as this too serves as my way out of this trap that I've set for myself. This happened so organically and coincidentally, and was certainly not planned at all. Yes, I am being sarcastic, but that does not mean I am not also being genuine. An unfortunately common habit of mine, that I'm sure makes it troublesome to parse what my true feelings or intentions are. And they are. It is what it is, and they are what they be. Sarcastic and genuine. I feel for feel and layer so much of what I say with sardonic sheen that it is at odds with itself and myself. I have been planning on finding some way to end these for some time now. I feel they ran their course long ago, a sentiment that has surely been felt in how frequently I bemoan the repetitive and uninteresting nature of them in so many of them. It should come as no surprise that when the A Way Out playthrough was nearing its end, that my semantic and wordplay-driven personage would leap at the sublime opportunity to make that connection. And so it is, and so it was, and so it shall be, forevermore and nevermore henceforth into the abyss, the horizon, the ether and aether, and beyond the boundaries of the sky. When I started these video descriptions, they were what they are and nothing more. Simple, cheeky descriptions vaguely alluding to what the videos were about. As I continued to make the videos and type descriptions for it, I was dipping in and out of another deep, dark, depressing, detrimental, destructive, dismal, despairing dive to the dregs of my self-consciousness, my self-loathing. I was tired. I'm always tired. I didn't want to type the descriptions anymore. I didn't want to do anything circa this video where I stopped doing video descriptions, but I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to expose everything. But I did. I changed them. I typed whatever bullshit came to mind and played a game of unrelated fun, throwing it in, finding something and going with it. It was neat. It was decently nice. It couldn't last. My writing style, my voice, if you will, has and will likely always be very personal, very apparent. It is evident in every sentence, word choice, structure, punctuation, etc., and together that I put onto the page. It is chaotic sometimes. It is likely to be extraordinarily troublesome to follow at times. Train of thought, stream of consciousness, thoughts to paper or computer screen in this case. Yes, as is the nature of this, we will be revisiting thoughts and ideas that have expressed at length in the last few seasons of video descriptions. Blank video was the first real dip into reality that they made. Played off, intentionally poorly, as a joke at the end. I knew what these were and where they were being made public. I knew if people read them, they may be concerned, or it may hurt them in some way. I didn't want that. I want people to be happy. End on a positive note, of any sort, an uplifting message, a point of motivation. You can do anything, be anything, you have the power. Desperate cries to never give up. To you, the invisible viewer. To me, the soul in anguish. Dramatic, no? Such is the nature of things, I suppose. I know I don't have a hard life. I know that I am fairly well-to-do compared to many. I have it relatively easy by comparison. I don't struggle, I'm privileged. So why? Why do I feel so terrible? Why does it feel like my mind is being torn apart by these hateful claws of self-doubt, self-effacing, self-destruction? A vicious cycle. Simply, I feel bad. I shouldn't feel bad. I don't have it bad. I feel bad for feeling bad. But why? Why? Why am I like this? Thoughts running circles through my mind, picking me apart bit by bit, piece by piece, killing me slowly. But I can't die. I don't want to die. I want to be better. I can be better. And so can you. And so I continue. I write video descriptions. They are little journal entries, little thoughts and ideas that pop in my mind. They are what I'm feeling at the time. They are who I am, and I am bearing myself, slowly but surely, to a not-so-public eye. I notice. Of course I notice. I notice that it is becoming a self-referential meta-narrative, a character study of myself and who I am, from the perspective of the worst parts of me. I am tired. I am exhausted. I am writing video descriptions. For whom? For you? For myself? I'm writing them, week by week, not more than a poor self-commentary. But there's something there, usually. Some bit of character, some turn of phrase, some fluidity to the writing, some raw, visceral bit of truth, reality, me. I am there, so I continue, and I enjoy it. I think I enjoy it. There is something, some value. One of my friends reads one. I laugh. It's funny. The video descriptions are comedic in the way they are formed, the void they hail from, the story, the little character story that has been formed from the beginning. I start from the beginning. I regale my friends with the tale, from humble nonsense to soul-bearing truths, this insight into my psyche. We read them slowly, so we won't catch up, so there is time between how I felt when I wrote it and how I feel now. Time to distance myself, to be able to share. It's gradual, at first, the slow descent into madness. I am aware now that I am not writing these just for me. They are for my friends as well. It is meta within meta. I write in the reality that is the video descriptions universe, and now it is like a play, a story crafted for others. It permeates the descriptions. I begin referring to them as a television show, a continuous, chronologically told narrative of my life and mindset. I don't know what they mean or who I am. Dramatic, no? Yes, honestly, this recapping is probably more dramatic than the reality actually is. I don't know, but it's there.
I know now that the descriptions must have some entertainment value, and I must do something for them, all while I continue my descent into the hole that I've dug for myself over years and years, a dark place. I felt worse than I have in a long time. My descriptions are a mess. I'm losing myself and my thoughts. It is hard, but I try. Oh my God, do I try! I try to keep it light, fluffy, comforting, wholesome, motivating. I always try and end on a high note, for myself and others. A facade, maybe, but one that I feel is needed. There is always light in the darkness, if not literally. An important thing to remember. Rock bottom implies that there is inherently a higher point to reach back up to. You are never stuck. I am never stuck. We can always reach that higher place, together, alone, regardless. We have power, we have strength, we can do it. I can do it. I can do it. It all comes to a head, this video. Of course, again, referencing a video. Funny that. It's the Dick Show. The Dick Show that stands tall as the biggest representative of my fall from grace, fall into the void. It was general jousting. I wrote that video description during the pits, the lowest points during the lowest point of my low points in recent memory. I was upset. I was mad. I was sad. I was smad, losing it, lost, uncertain. I don't remember what I typed, only the feeling of intense desperation and hopelessness that I felt while typing it. I've since gone back and read it, and it doesn't read nearly as intense as it felt. That may be a good thing. Hitting the character limit was an extra blow. It put an end to my tirade, but it stifled my voice, I felt. It was probably for the best. It allowed for the further joke of getting Netflix syndication, allowing me to put out episodes of any length that I needed. It also forced me to stop. Stop wallowing in my feelings of worthlessness. Stop feeding the beast. I started improving. Slowly, but surely. I'm still not good. I'm better. Life is a perennial journey of self-improvement. I'm getting better, now and forever. But at the time, and even at this time, there is that weight. It will ease up, but it's there, waiting for you to trip or stumble, waiting for an opportunity to press down. Endure. I'm always tired, drained, emotionally, physically, mentally exhausted. I write the descriptions, and they are imbued with the same feelings, the same ideas, the same tone and pitfalls. They may not be that similar, but I don't remember them too well, and I remember enough to know that I'm being monotonous. I'm continuing to tread the same paths that I have over and over, wearing it down beneath the weight of my inadequacies, perceived or real, inherent or carefully crafted by virtue of my believing in them. So many worthless descriptions, inundated with the same sort of shit, repetitious, tired, ad nauseum. I do believe in failings. I do. And so on and so forth. I have pulled myself back up out of that pit I threw myself in to begin with. The passage of time is a great mender. It doesn't heal perfectly on its own. I need to personally contribute significantly for that to happen. However, it does help to hold the frayed pieces together to make it easier to patch them up, bit by bit, piece by piece. I'm losing track. There is so much that I want to say, want to cover, want to put down in words. How beautiful life is when you're in the world. It's in my nature. I'm tired. I'm unfocused. I'll work on this. The video descriptions have run their course as a weekly series. I don't have enough of unique interest to say to keep it going. There may be occasional specials that will air, but this is the end. Don't want to become one of those shows that continue to air long after it lost much of its charm and value. I pushed it far enough as is. I have to wonder if I should be ending the channel altogether. I enjoy it as a hobby, but it's never going to grow into more than that. I spent almost $1,000, if I recall correctly, on recording equipment, namely a microphone, that I used for a single voice acting audition and then never touched again. I'm using that now. This is me, Quvar, now saying that I'm using this microphone again. It's okay. Don't worry about it. 5 months later, I spent between $1,000 and $2,000 on recording equipment for this channel. I make decent money. I could spare it. I bought video editing software. It was okay. I bought Adobe Premiere Pro. I paid $20 a month, have paid $20 a month for well over a year on this silly hobby that only I get the full enjoyment out of. Maybe that should be enough. But I want other people to enjoy things, to be happy. Clearly I don't have the full capability to do that through this medium, maybe no medium, but that is a negative thought that we cannot allow. Push forward, always, never be game over. I have spent nearly 1,000 hours, probably, maybe, on setting up, troubleshooting, recording, editing, troubleshooting, editing, rendering, uploading. Sure, I do other things while the videos are rendering and uploading, but it is still technically time spent. I can't help but wonder if that time could be better spent actually pursuing something, anything that may help permanently pull me out of the dumps and out of the slumps and into the pumps, as in pump it, get pumped up, etc. Blah blah blah. And yes, I'm still doing that dumb thing where I hold the shift key for all caps instead of using caps lock because I don't know how, I guess. I'm dumb, shut up, you aren't even my real dad, buddy. I wonder what I currently have copied on this computer. Paste. Fatal error, unhandled exception, exception access violation, OX0000000, Steam client 64.dll, exclamation point 0x0000000000 FCAC 3842, Steam client 64.dll, exclamation point 0x00000000 CAC 394C, Steam client 64.dll, exclamation point 0x00000000 FCAAC 3FD, Steam client 64.dll, exclamation point 0x00000000 FCA0B7C7, Steam client 64.dll, exclamation point 0x00000000 FC9DDF76, Steam API 64.dll, exclamation point 0x00000000 67868D81, Steam API 64.dll, exclamation point 0x00000000678687CA, LIS2 Win64 shipping.exe, exclamation point 0x0000000042E5879F, LIS2 Win64 shipping.exe, exclamation point 0x0000000042DE36C6, LIS Win64 shipping.exe, exclamation point 0x00000042DE295B, LIS Win64 shipping.exe, exclamation point 0x00000004931836, LIS2 Win64 shipping.exe, exclamation point 0x00000004930647, kernel32.dll, exclamation point 0x0000000522C3034, ntdll.dll, exclamation point 0x0000000525014661, ntdll.dll, exclamation point x0000000525014661, crash in runnable thread, online async task thread Steam, default instance. Interesting. Go man. I have a tendency, an unfortunate tendency. I have many tendencies, more than 10 densies, unfortunate, miserable densies, to the things. To do things. This one is just going off the rails on the crazy train. Sigh. Tangents. And not the mathematical kind. Am I right? Lol. I've always wanted to fuck a ghost. Utilize alternative inflection to invoke different contextual implication. I've always wanted to fuck a ghost. Pause prior to saying this with alternative inflection to give the impression that you forgot the joke and had to course correct. That's right, this is all planned. Nothing is real. I'm a comedic genius, or at least I have a funny bone or two. Damn, they hurt. Ellipses. All we can do is keep pushing forward, forging ahead. I do it, I did it, again and again, even in this, the alpha and omega of video descriptions. I still do this. I suppose it wouldn't be right to end the series with a bunch of normal paragraphs one after another. It's apropos of the style. It's probably fine. This is fine. As an aside or a B-side, I'm typing this, or beginning to, long in advance of when it will actually go live. I intend to add to it, maybe even proofread it? Nah, where's the fun in that? I will continue this over the course of the next few weeks, surely. Look forward to that, me. Since you, the reader, unless you are me and me alone, will not really get the experience of it being written in parts, in bits and baubles, it will surely be all one cohesive whole work of art. Eye candy for your viewing pleasure. What a masterpiece. A stunning example of the sort of artistry that can only be evoked by the truest of poets, of masterminds, of revolutionaries, of me. Me. Ha 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 ha. Update from the night of. Preparing this as many months/weeks in advance as I did probably wasn't the best idea. Who knew? It made typing up each standard weekly description a bit more of a chore than it already was. In a lot of cases, as mentally as I was already at the end, I pushed through and made it here. I didn't even really type up all that much more after the first week. A few things here and there, but most of it was donezo. Still a few things left to add. What a mess. So guys, we did it. Hold up, on a side. You ever just make so many little referential ticks and tacks and don't come backs and memes and themes and everything in between that nobody's going to get, not even the 2 friends you are reading this to, because it's just for you or your other friends or family or people you don't even engage with anymore, and none of them would probably get it either because they don't remember the stupid bullshit you're going on about, but it's lodged in your brain skull for whatever reason and just won't leave, so you let it out, gotta let it out, even when it fucks up the rhythm, the rhyme, get up now is bobsled time of whatever it is, what was that you were saying, but it's probably okay and it probably doesn't matter because it's all nonsense anyways, so why not make it fun while you're at it, because maybe that's all we really need in life is to have a little bit of tenderness, a little bit of fun for yourself, by yourself, and maybe to share this with anyone that can get it on your level, on your wavelength, freak with you all night, and be the you that believes in me who believes in you, and maybe it's forces sometimes, and maybe it isn't, and at some point you can't tell, and at some point it doesn't matter because it's all train of thought and word salad coming out of your mouth or fingertips while you're lying in bed and typing it up in a memo on your phone when you really should be sleeping because you have work in the morning, but you got the idea to type something about little baby memes and just needed to get it down on screen paper because maybe you always talk about how you get ideas and let them sizzle and die and fly and shrivel and weigh because of your constant sway, you're forever shifting sands in the hourglass of your mind because maybe, just maybe, these are the days of our lives, the nights of our sighs, and it just goes on and on, my friends. I know we're doing this again, gotta break out of the loop, even if it could go out fun places because I need to sleep, we can't be having more of this. Be sure to bring enough clean underwear. Right. So what I was saying was that, in all honesty, honest me, I've written the vast majority of this in about 24 hours. I don't know how much the vast majority will be, or if it will stay that way by the time it's all said and done, but it's almost 5,000 words right now, so I guess it's a little nuts, maybe. There. Now that's a record. Now you'll be able to see how much I commit to adding to this and not just doing a day's hard nights or work, a night's hard day work. How much I do that and not consistently build it up over the course of the weeks that fall in line in between the beginning and the end of where this begins, at the end, a way out. Man, for real though, there are so many little lines and spots and spooks and bits and spots where I could end this whole charade with emphasis and power and gravitas, but then I keep going and adding to it and it never ends. It's fine though, probably. There's a reason I'm not writing this all in a straightaway line-by-line format. Yes, it is because I'm stupid and don't want it to be coherent. I mean, I would like for it to be. I don't know. There's probably a reason. Eat your fruits and veggies. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm always doing my best to be honest with you. My first real job was as a dishwasher at a hotel. I was young, 13 or something thereabouts. I did my chores, I helped out around the houses. My parents were divorced by this point, took care of my younger siblings, did well in school, blah blah blah, needless expounding. It doesn't matter. So I was a dishwasher, yeah? I had to deal with a lot of gross, old, dried out, mashed up food and gunk and grease and dirt and gurk left over on people's plates, and the buffet dishes and cooking utensils and pots and pans and cans and mans, oh mans, what a life. At first I would do my best to stay away from it, holding it at arm's length, spraying it down, scraping it out with whatever tools were at my disposal. It was nasty, it was yucky, ew, no thank you, sir and or madam, plus etc. After a time, after a fashion, I discovered that it didn't matter. What a revelation, but wait, why? I'm washing dishes. There's water, there's soap, an abundance even. Watch this bun dance even. Lots of spare food, we'd fuck around a bit. More than one food fight, French toast throwing stars and scrambled egg grenades are a solid go-to. Would erupt within the tired cooks and busboys and waiteresses and us, the dishmen. There is soap and water, hot, steamy, bubbly, a little greasy after a time, sure, but still relatively clean. I can use my hands. I can scrape the food out so much easier, much more quickly. My hands will be clean shortly. The junk isn't eternal, but we are. I can work more efficiently, more effectively, more thoroughly. If I just got my hands a little dirty. If I just got a little dirty, I could cleanly like a godly. So I did. And to this day, I have little trouble sticking my hands in gross things. If you know what wow, what a moron. I was the only one in my group at school willing to turn the cow eyeball inside out for the dissection. The only one willing to peel the skin off the rat. It was gross. It was a bit nauseating, sure, but I could wash my hands. It wasn't eternal. But I am. We also got to throw away the old dishes when the hotel upgraded, so my buddy and I took them out to the dumpster to toss them, and we threw a couple around like frisbees, sure. They broke a little, sure. Maybe we threw a few on the roof, sure. We were our assholes, sure. But it was fun. Little porcelain shurikens. Yeah, we weren't too great at the job. Hell, I was so stupid, I heard someone say something akin to 3 no-call no-shows and you get fired, and dumbass me took that to mean, I am allotted 3 no-call no-shows. I don't feel like working today, yeah? I guess I'll use one of my no-call no-shows. Yeah, idiocy runs deep. But it isn't eternal. But mine is. It shifts and sways, bends and breaks, weaves a new tale each time the earth shakes. It is like the river, ever flowing, always fresh and new. So is it always the same river, or does it change constantly? What about the ship of Theseus? Such is my idiocy. It shares a resemblance, a demeanor, a certain je ne sais quoi that is always reminiscent of itself, even if it is never exactly the same. I'm dumb, yeah, but not always, and rarely exactly the same. That means it is okay, and I'm special, and that I'm probably learning from my mistakes or something maybe so I can keep being dumb as long as it isn't the same. Ha. Je ne sais quoi. I'm not crazy. I'm eccentric. I'm not inarticulate. I'm avant-garde. I've broken myself down, buried in the dirt, torn limb from limb, and built back up again from practically nothing at all, so many times, so very many times. Am I even the same person I was when I started? No, of course not. We all change, and will continue to do so. Minuscule microscopic metamormons at a time. Midichlorians, really. One by one or ton by ton, changing, shifting, turning, becoming, erasing, learning. Never stop, never stopping. We will always be. We always will be. And that's the way the news goes. Protein for gains. Yeah, sure, I've been inserting various pieces of wholesome or otherwise nuggets of wisdom and advice to keep yourself healthy and wealthy and get plenty of sleep to keep your brain active and your body rested. Your well-being is important to us. You are important to us. You matter. You caught me. Tag, you're it. Do you also often pronounce words in weird, strange, off-kilter ways, putting the emphasis on a different syllable or just outright butchering the word for funsies, for jokes and laughs because it gives you a right little giggle in your gut, you madman? Do you intentionally spell words wrong or make words up or what have you done? Just for a tickle, get a solid belly chuckle out of you, yourself, and I. I know I do. Oh boy, oh yes, I have that, and I must apologize for butchering the totally straight and narrow, easy to understand and decipher English language in such an obscene, profane, arcane way as I do. What? I did again and again, oops. But one must wonder, I must wonder, whether the uninitiated, the unaccustomed, the foreign and alien to myself and who I is, would see or hear or encounter these unusual phenomena and just think to themselves, lol, what a moron, doesn't even know American relevant emoji. Maybe. Probably, even. What even are emoji? Like, I know what they are, I see it, I know them, but I don't know them. I don't speak emoji. I'm not fluent in it. I can translate simple sentences or expressions, I can parse a meaning sometimes, but it often seems like people of my generation have such an inherent visceral instinctual understanding of it and put it into practice with ease and aplomb and the bomb what you're working with, watch yourself. It's fine. Emoji-decons have never really been my thing anyways. I have a dry way of writing, of typing, of texting and speaking that it doesn't fit and does easily lead to misunderstandings because, what did you mean by that? Why did you say that? I don't understand because you didn't winky or smiley or lol at me. What are your emotions? Please, just tell me, let me see it. I cannot comprehend. I'm exaggerating, but it's true. Contradictions, nothing new. The longer this goes on and the more time passes, the more it feels like this is really a goodbye, a farewell, an end to the end of all of this. Like maybe I've learned and done everything I can from this project. And maybe that's okay. Use this idea as a prompt for more writing when you get back to this, bruv. Trust me, ideas are good to write about, and this is a retrospective, right? Right? P.S. Also GIFs. PPS. Control F continue, because you know y'all been jumping around and adding random paragraphs throughout this whole motherfucker, you cheeky cunt, why you do this. PPPS. I love you and you're doing amazing, sweetie. That goes for you too. You know, you never really maybe realize how bad of a lyricist, an author? A writer? You never really realize how bad you are at this thing until you write a bunch of crunch or munch thousands of words again and again and see how poor and repetitive your word choice and vocabulary is when you put to the test. How many of the same words and phrases you fall back on for comfort. How often you don't change it up or say the same thing over and over. How poor and repetitive your choice of words is when you put your work under a lens. When you really analyze your lines and sentence structure, even naturally by writing on a big honkin' wall like this, and see how easily and how often you rely on the same words and ideas, phrases and phases, you never really realize how bad you are at narrative structure, at simple literary tools and devices, how poor your design is, how unfortunate it is that you can't reach into your "I've read a lot of books, brother, let me tell you" vocabulary that you swear you have. Trust me, I have words. Look at the words. You never really realize how repetitive and boring, repetitive and tired and trite and monotonous and silly your word choice and sentence structure is until you do this thing you're doing, and you're going to stop yourself now from doing this thing you're doing because somebody once told me, no, somebody has to put their foot down at some point, and I guess it may as well be you. Foot. Brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts were always my go-to when I was younger. This is super long and disjointed. Hey, a penis or something, I guess it's jokes. Ha, wow. And I feel it's only going to get worse, seeing as how started this weeks before I'm making it real, fam. Part of me worries that every little bit I add to this is taking away from the video descriptions that will still be coming out in the meantime, the little anecdotes and tangents that could be used as their own entire segment, but instead is just one forgettable part of this massive whole. Haha, vaginas or whatever, sex and comedy. Hoo, he, yeah. I said whole, W-H-O-L-E. There, that's what the joke was. Comedy. Wow. From second one that I got off topic from the theorized retrospective bullshit, hell, from second one, this was sort of doomed, rather. It was never going to be able to be anything but a spiritual retrospective, in the sense that it is a collective miasma of what makes a video description, which is honestly maybe sort of more appropriate for this whole shebang, you feel? I don't know if I feel. I did sort of want to be able to encompass some sort of true essence and stark sterile synopsis of what and any, why, and who, and where, and how all of this happened, but I should have known that it would devolve into whatever this is that it always devolves into. And maybe that's fine. If you've been along for the ride, you will maybe probably get it. It doesn't need to be any more than it is. It certainly can't be any less. It's impossible for true, righteous, and just. It is what it is, and what it is this. Everything. Shine on. We're now going to take a break from the regularly scheduled rhythm and flow of this piece, as if there is any rhythm or flow or glow, this is chaos incarnate, for some final thoughts. Yes, there is some left after these final thoughts, but that is apparently just how this is going to work. It is now the night of the conclusion, the night of the finale. And I am content. I just got back from a vacation, a trip to a gaming convention, and I'm feeling really genuinely happy for the first time that I can actually recall. Of course it has faded a bit, the con high shifting to post-con depression, though mostly just distaste for the return to form. Life is good and can be good. People deserve to be happy and to be loved, all of us. I'm okay with letting this go. I'm okay with moving on. I'm okay with moving forward. This has been a fulfilling part of my life. Despite the many trials and tribulations, the pits and peaks and shit that made me weak, weakness is strength. Flaws are real. Perfection is perception. Everything in my life has worked together to make me who I am today, and that is perfectly okay. Some people even seem to like it. So this is the, at least temporary, end for video descriptions, and maybe even a break from the channel. Moving on up, moving out toward bliss and this and that in the future, the descriptions, aside from the couple of unique ideas, were definitely tired and had run their course. Not forcing myself to make a new one every week will help any future ones to really stand out and be their own best self, if I do write more. Variety is the spice of life, and we are all working together to keep it well seasoned. Welcome to the end. Alright, my darling creature, I must be off for the night. It has been a pleasure and honor to hear such introspective, thought-provoking, and profound works this night. I genuinely enjoy hearing your writing, and I look forward to catching more of your streams. Thank you for stumbling upon behind that one fateful night so that I could now come support you in your beautiful works. I love you so much, darling. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you, Violet. I'm glad that you were here. I love seeing you every time. I'm always happy to be able to make it to your streams, and I myself am so thankful for stumbling upon that screaming streaming cowboy. Forever will make an impact, an indelible impact on my life, as have you, a shining star in the night. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful night from now on. And always remember, I love you, and I'm proud of you. Thank you. I don't usually get long messages like that in my chat. Usually I'm the one who does that kind of thing, so that's a new form for me. It's very sweet. No, where was I? I need to get back to this. Welcome to the end. One thing that has become an MB very apparent, painfully obvious, and obviously evident throughout these video descriptions, by virtue of the content carried within, the fact that I literally say it like 20 times, is that I very often find myself not being able to elucidate all of my thoughts and feelings on a given subject. I get distracted or forgetful. I have plans that amount to little. So many topics that I've covered I've had so much to say, or that I wanted to say about, to try and illuminate the truth that I am trying to reach, trying to be myself, to be true to myself, and share that candor with reprimand, poorly forced attempts at rhymes aside. You know the ones that permeate my text and veil the intentions behind confusing inane dialect and dialogue. That aside, and that is why, so many times, I try to fulfill my obligations to myself, to share my thoughts, to explore my thoughts, really, for my own benefit. It is an exercise, to exorcise my negativity and befuddlement, to obliterate obscurity and deliberate maturity, insecurity, immaturity, and true purity, to say what I see and feel and make it real. To be or not to be, but we are and always will be. There is a feeling always welling up inside that is really driving me to this end, methinks. The feeling of incompleteness, of being unfinished, fragmented. I'm often left with that feeling, like I should have wanted to say more, but never reached the quota, the invisible imaginary quota that will leave me satisfied with what I've accomplished. I'm rambling, I'm rumbling, I'm stumbling, I'm bumbling. I have so much to say and so many ideas, but my thoughts are swift as the coursing river, and I lose my thoughts, my goals, my thesis, and my, it's all gone. I could write in a different environment. I could sit down and focus, give myself time to really get all my thoughts out there. But these aren't essays, and they shouldn't be. Maybe it's for the best. My writing leaves something to be desired. I like bits of it, obviously. I typed very deliberately, sometimes, to try and get across my intentions and my perceptions and my inclinations and suggestions. Mistakes, intentional and the not kind. Grammar, sometimes, but most not times. Spelling, more than just magic. Semantics, say it ain't tragic. What does it mean? I find that my prose is not as verbose or uniquely loquacious as many writers and speakers that I admire, which is where it is that I desire. And yes, we are different. And yes, there's beauty in distinctive styles and flavors and voices. And yes, everyone values and treasures and appreciates and becomes endeared to whatever, whenever, whomever. And yet, I feel inferior, and that I can't write in delightful or charming styles with witty, enticing, informing similes and metaphors and anecdotes. And I can't or won't or don't delve into the recesses of my lexical reservoir, and am left with the same words repeating ad nauseum, creating a trite and lackluster reading experience built upon the tedium of echoed expressions. Seriously, bruh, Control F a word and see just how many times I repeat it like some hack blog boy who doesn't even know what a thesaurus is and doesn't realize how hackney and monotonous his work is. Is there a synonym for thesaurus? Of course there is. I'm stupid, but lol. Onomasticon sounds like a transformer or something. I digress. Drink plenty of water. I'm so often lost on a word, a specific word that I'd love to use, that I know I can use, that I just can't quite recall. It's stuck on the tip of my tongue, and there are synonyms, acceptable replacements, but they aren't acceptable because I want that word, not this word. Even while writing this, I'll find myself staring into the screen, begging for that one specific, perfect word to sneak out of its hole and let me love it and pet it and call it whatever it is. I just want to use it as the word that it is and not some cheap knockoff word that means the exact same thing as the sound of it, the feel of it, the rhythm divine that I crave so dearly. So my work is unfinished. My work is unsatisfying. It has positive attributes, a few shining beacons of aptitude, but it is weighted down by my own silly feelings of ineptitude. Regardless, that feeling, that permeating incessant feeling of infallible insufficiency is one of the primary reasons, driving forces that have led to this finale. And how fitting, how apropos, how disappointing and affirming it is that this is the end. This mess of words and ideas, scattered and incomplete, concentrated and expanded culmination of the core, the essence of these video descriptions, all jammed together in a neat little much too not little walls of text for your viewing pleasure. This is what they are, the reason they exist, the reason they will cease to exist. Almost poetic, if it weren't so dumb. This is video descriptions at its peak and valley, the heart of the work. My heart. The thread of falsity, of deception, is regrettably woven deep in the veritable being that is the descriptions. They are lies, pretty little lies told to myself and yourself, good and bad, both lies, both truths, neither giving up power over the other. I tell myself I am the worst. I tell myself I am the best. I can be the best. You can be the best. Both false, both true. Everything is gray. But it is what it is. It is what you make of it. Take the positivity, take the drive, take the good word of our Lord and Savior, wholesome self-worth, and be yourself. Do the impossible, see the invisible, row, row, fight the power. If anyone read these and took anything away from them besides the knowledge that the author may in fact be a lunatic, a woke AF lunatic, as the kids would surely say, lit fam, took anything away from them, I would hope it would be those little nuggets, those little bite-sized pieces of optimism that I sprinkled throughout. They are true. They are deceptions, false idols, but they are still true. We all have worth, or at least the potential for worth, to someone, somewhere, but most of all, to ourselves. We are important, and we matter. Don't tell yourself any differently. Don't let anyone else tell you differently. We are alive. We are together. We are forever. We are eternity. You still here? Yeah. Me too. Thanks. And that's it. That is the finale to video descriptions. That long, rambling mess of words. That was a lot more long and rambling than I remember it being. There's some good stuff in there. Sorry, I'm eating a gummy right now. I'm a little bit hungry. Hopefully my mic isn't picking this up really badly. Why am I eating live on stream again? I'm sorry. Hold on. Alright. So yeah, that was the finale to video descriptions. Absolute chaos. So much being said there. I think there's some good stuff. I think that final series of paragraphs is really good, very powerful. It's got some good messages there. So I do enjoy that. I think there's value to that. I think it's a good thing. That being said, I really should have changed the title to Just Chatting a while ago when I kept just reading things instead of actually playing the video game yet, because now I've been going for... Holy fuck, it's been 2 hours and I haven't touched a video game yet. I am a terrible liar. I will play a video game, don't worry. I will get there, I promise. But as I said, as I always say, I do enjoy reading things. I really do enjoy reading the things that I write. I think there's a lot of value to it. I think it's a lot of fun. And I might just read another one, maybe. I might read one more. If you're okay with me reading a little bit more here. I think that, let's see. I'm gonna read one more. I'm gonna read this one, because this one's a fun one. I think this one's got some value to it. It answers a question, a very important question, maybe. This one is a video description from a video long ago. And it goes a little something like this. What is love? Legitimately, though, what is it? The act, the feeling, context. It is a huge nebulous idea that is so vague that everybody can have their own definitions and thoughts about it, and none of them are wrong, probably. Some may seem dubious or misrepresented by your own ideals, but that doesn't mean they are unequivocally wrong. People are people, and we're all unique, complex beings. What am I trying to say? I don't know. I'm not going to be able to answer the question, what is love? Why am I wasting your time? Why am I wasting my time? I do it every week, I guess. No point stopping now. Maybe. What is love? Is love romantic, platonic, familial, material? Yes. How does one know? How does anyone know? Can somebody be wrong when they think they love something or someone? Is it not subjective? But even so, there are so many stories out there of people doing things for love that they end up regretting or realizing was a mistake and that they didn't truly love the cause in question. Is it a question? Should we question? What is love? Are we so desperate to love and be loved that we are willing to accept any single bit of a spark and see it as a blaze? And when the natural order of things snuffs out that spark one way or another, are we wrong to have assumed it burned to begin with? What am I asking? What am I doing? Where am I going? I've had thoughts. I've thought about this question. I've thought about the answers and the tirades and the rants and tangents I could go on and on about. I've done it. But it's not here. Not now. So often do my plans fail miserably. I think I can do a thing, type of thing, only be struck down by my own ineptitude. I get distracted, tired, foggy. I can't think. I don't know what I want to say or how to say it, and end up with a big mess of rambling and meandering with nothing really to say except for treading the same ground regarding the same vague subjects again and again. What is love? How do we differentiate love? Is love for a romantic partner different, truly, at its core, the essence of it, from love for a family member or a friend? Is it lust and loneliness that color the perception of the love and make it seem like something different? Is the core idea of love itself the same amongst all branches and aspects of its universe? Is the love for a piece of media or a foodstuff the same as the way one loves their mother? At the root of it all. Is this a weird thought? Yeah, probably. Context. Is love so basic as can be used to describe the mundane or simple? I love that. I love X. I loved it. Is this a desecration of a sacred idea, or is it just using the plain and simple form of love? They call it hydration, not low-dration. Drink. Thanks for the hydration, Gemmo. With as much talking as I'm doing, it absolutely helps. Thank you. Is this a desecration of a sacred idea, or is it just using the plain and simple form of love? The joy innate in the feeling of enjoying something, having something make you feel warm, safe, happy. Is it love? What is love? Are we truly reducing the impact of the word if it is used to describe many and things beyond the truest, purest, most powerful loves? No problem. Thank you, dear. Is saying that we love a movie demeaning the idea of love? Is it making it mean less to say you love a person? Is there a limit to love? Can it not all be? Can we not all love? What is love? Love is universal. Love is a feeling. Love is a doing. Love is a being. Love is being. We are love. What is love? I don't know. It's too grand, too vast, too branching. It is. Always and forever. Love. 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 What is love? I don't know. Not truly. But I think I know some things. I love you. I love humanity. I love life. I love eternity. I love love. I love. What is love? Who cares? So that's my little diatribe, my little wandering tangent about love and what love is. Could be a lot of things. Man, I think I probably have way too much fun reading the things that I write, because every time I get started, it's so hard to stop. Because I'll just start saying things and be like, ooh, when do I stop? Do I stop? Should I stop? I don't know. There's so much fun in there. At least I think it's fun. And people have told me they have fun when I read to them as well. So maybe, just maybe, maybe I'll read a little bit more. I have one that's a little less serious. I have one about music. Y'all motherfuckers like music? I love music, personally. So I'm going to read about music now. Let's read about music and see what music means. Let's talk about music. Music is fun, yeah? It's a good intake about the concept. Thank you. I'm glad that you feel that way. Nice to listen to as well. I always appreciate the kind words, the support. It makes it all worthwhile, as long as somebody is enjoying what I'm saying. Let's talk about music, huh? Music is fun, right? Maybe I can get through this description without going off the rails on some tangent or pity party about how confused and tired I am and how I just don't want to deal with it anymore and don't entirely know what I feel or why I feel it, and the parts that I do sort of understand I have trouble finding the right words to properly convey what it is, what I mean, and etc. and so on and so forth. It's all the same all the time. Get over yourself. Shoot. Well, at least I got out of the way early, probably. So, music is great. Yeah, music, let's go. Let's go. Talk about music. Sometimes I feel like I enjoy music a bit differently from most people, or at least most of the people that I know. A lot of the people I know tend to fall into two primary categories. People that love the music they love and very rarely, if ever, branch out significantly from their home, and people that listen to a lot of a genre or artist for a while, then grow out of it for the most part, taking a few choice relics with them and moving on to the next thing. I just build and add and grow. I have music that I loved when I was a child and still do, and music that I've learned to love over the years. Currently, I have over 11,000 songs in my Walkman. That's at like 15,000 songs now. Yeah, that's right, a Walkman. They're still around. They're pretty good and also kind of hilarious to have because it's just a Walkman, even though it's a high-tech MP3 player. From a well of well over 2,000 well-picked artists. Well, I know, that's a bit nuts, maybe. But that's not even all of it. There are plenty of songs and albums that I still need to want to add to that, and it will surely be an ever-expanding list. I love music. I know what you're thinking, but Quvar, what is love? I'm sorry, but that's a question for another description. I can find something to love in so much music. Honestly, as weird as it is or may be, I think the human voice is my favorite of all instruments. The unique combination of a person's life experiences that shape the way they sound, the cadence they use, the tones, sounds, colloquialisms, pacing, I don't know, whatever. The sound of a person singing is often just as much a part of a song as the instruments and what have you. There are a lot of songs that I like just for the way the singers sound. And that's not to say that I value that over every other bit of a piece of a music's composition, because I enjoy the sounds of other instruments as well, and the way everything comes together to make you feel. I like instrumentals. I like non-vocal songs. I like a lot. I like. Ah! That being said, there are some songs that may not have a particularly good message or it has bad lyrics or whatever, and I may still like it because it sounds like it is what it do, and it sounds like. It's just sound. It's just the way something sounds. I'm basic. I don't often look for any deeper meaning behind the songs I listen to, and maybe that's why I like so much music. As long as the sound of it speaks to me in some way, or just is pleasant to listen to for whatever reason, I'll give it a chance, give it a shot, throw it a bone, listen to it. As a related aside, I don't have the problem that I've noticed a lot of people have where they dislike a relatively popular song because it is overplayed, or anything of the sort, because I listen to so many songs. I put my thousands of songs on shuffle and just have at her. I very rarely hear the same song repeated often, because I don't listen to the radio. I have a new experience of some kind whenever I put on my music. It's great. Some people don't like it. Some people don't like the variety on display. Classic rock, rap, reggae, jazz, electronic, ballads, classical, anime, video game, pop, experimental, alternative. What does that even mean? Everything? French, Spanish, Japanese, Korean, African, I don't know. I don't even think about genres, honestly. There are too many classifications, and subgenres and sub-subgenres and so on are a pain in the ass. It's a lot. A lot of variety. Some people don't like it because there are certain genres they don't like, so when they pop up they go, ew, and run away. Some people don't like it because the tonal whiplash that can happen, going from one genre or styling to the next, sad songs to happy, angry to tranquil, etc., and it's always etc. I do that because I get tired of what I'm saying or tired of thinking and just trying to come up with words, and I just give up. I just give up. All the time. Just up. Words are hard. I live a tough existence. Ha! As if, get over yourself for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, you have it so easy, you cunt. What I meant to say is that I have a relatively large vocabulary. I read a lot. Books are cool. But half the words I just can't remember, aside from the feel of a word. So I'm often left fumbling for a single word or phrase that is the exact fit for what I'm trying to say, and nothing else will do. So I end up not saying anything at all. Even if some words are close, they aren't the one that I'm reaching for, and that other half I can't describe when people don't know the word. I'm really, really bad at that. I know what words are and where they go, but I couldn't think up a reasonable definition to aid comprehension if my life depended on it. I mean, I'd probably come up with something if my life actually depended on it, but I digress. I always digress. Truly. It's always. So could you really even say, or could I even really claim to have a large vocabulary, when my deteriorating mind and slow depletion of mental faculties leaves me unable to think of words aside from the most common, most basic sort? I'm a fraud. Probably. I need a thesaurus. In my head. All the time. Help me. Help. So music and words are cool. Golly, I sure do love semantics. I've gotten into that a bit in the past, but I think this video description is chaotic enough as is without going off on another subject. Although I do have to admit, ever since I hit character limit on the season 3 finale... Oh, that's right, this is a series now, there are seasons and shit. I'm insane, and so is this. One day maybe somebody will understand. Madness. Ever since I hit character limit on the season 3 finale, which was a real bummer, by the way, and I moved over here to Netflix for season 4, I've been extremely tempted and interested in typing what would amount to practically full essays for each of these video descriptions. It would be stupid, yeah, but the temptation is there. What generally stops me is that I just don't have a whole lot to say that I can say coherently for any significant length of time. My descent into despair and madness takes care of that, as well as my loss of cerebral ability. I'm dying. We're all dying. Some of us are just doing it faster than others. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm fading away. And then I go off on tangents and don't even properly finish my thoughts and just leave everything open so none of it means anything and there are no resolutions or conclusions and just go over all the same old thoughts and feelings all the time. Remember when I used to put some tiny little bit of effort into actually making these have some sort of theme or joke or reason for being? Yeah, sure, what does any of this even mean? Can you, would you, could you believe that for whatever reason when I type in all caps I generally don't use caps lock and just hold down a shift key the entire time? Like, why? Who does that? That's stupid. You moron. Christ, I don't know anything. Maybe it's so that I can just easily let go and continue on like normal whenever it strikes my fancy real easy like or something. Although just hitting the caps lock button isn't really all that hard now, is it, you absolute child? Get over it. Get over yourself. Me. Me. You're all great. I love you, and I'm proud of you, and I believe in you. Keep it up. Hearts. Another video description down and out of the way. Killing it tonight. Definitely playing so much NieR. There's so much NieR that's getting played, it's incredible. I can't believe how much NieR I got through. It's been a while since I played NieR, so it's nice to get some proper gameplay in. Sorry, I just ate a Kit Kat. I have more snacks. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. You're such a sweetheart, Gemmo. Always so supportive. Really makes me feel like I'm a writer sometimes. A writer or a reader, perhaps. And... let me just... A lot of NieR. I don't mind this either. Yeah, this is not the first time this has happened. There was another... The first Stream of Consciousness stream, I originally intended to read my short story, but then the forum that it was hosted on got hacked and was down, so I was like, okay, I'm not reading a short story. Let's play NieR instead. And I was like, all right, let's play NieR. And I kind of started doing things like this and just started rambling, and never actually got around to playing NieR then. So I wouldn't say I have a history exactly, but I have had it happen once or twice where this exact thing has happened. You are both I am. I exist. I matter. Thank you, Gemmo. In some way, somehow, I do write and I do read. And speaking of writing and reading, perhaps we'll just, why not continue on where we were and keep on reading? Because I'm having a time here. I'm having a good time reading. And as long as you all are enjoying my reading, there's no reason to stop right away, I guess. Continue moving on for a little bit right after I finish this other half of the Kit Kat. Snacks. Do you have snacks? I hope you have snacks. Y'all deserve some good snacks. Some delicious food. Yum. Alright, I've broken myself off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. I've eaten it, devoured it. It was very delicious. It's actually a sea salt ice cream Kit Kat bar from Japan. So it's pretty decent. I get a Tokyo Treat box every month that just has a bunch of snacks from Japan because I guess I'm a weeb or something. But also they're delicious and they have some good snacks. So I'm not going to stop. Let's go. I got some cereal. I'm a share. What kind of cereal do you have? I love cereal. I had some cereal earlier today. I had some cinnamon roll frosted mini wheats. They were pretty good. I liked it. Do you have a favorite kind of cereal? I don't know if I do have a favorite kind of cereal myself. I like a lot of different cereals. I'm a man of eclectic taste in all things, as it were. Can't pick a favorite. Never could. I like things with marshmallows. I like things with sweet bits and pieces. Ooh, very nice. Yes, delicious. I like chocolatey. I like fruity. Yeah, Fruit Loops. Oh yeah, Fruit Loops are good. Fruit Loops are very good.
Ding dong, hello.
Ding dong, hello. Oh, Haas, you're back. Welcome back, Haas. I missed you. Now, if you'll excuse me, Haas.
Hello.
Ding dong, hello. Oh, Haas, you shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have. You're banned. You are banned. Thank you for following, Haas. I appreciate it. You're my best friends. I don't know where I would be without you, Haas, honestly. That's like, what is that? Is that like 10 Haas's tonight? And I banned like 20 of them prior to even streaming? There's so many Haas's running around. Good, yeah, I like a lot. I like the ones with marshmallows and Fruit Loops. There's also the one that loops like straws now. Ooh, interesting. I have seen Fruit Loops with marshmallows. I wanted to try that. I feel like that would be pretty good. I would enjoy that. Because I like a good marshmallow. I haven't been eating as much cereal as I used to. I used to eat it before work sometimes, but now I just kind of get up and go. It is what it is. Fastest breakup ever. Haas, I love you. Haas, where'd you go? I miss you so. Feels like it's been forever since you've been gone. Please come back home. Haas Delgado. You remember that guy from Dexter's Laboratory? He's the coolest man in the world. Funny, we should talk about fruity cereal. I actually have a fruity cereal Kit Kat here as well, which has basically Fruit Loops on the packaging for it. Those are pretty good. They're pretty tasty. And let me pop up a... What do these hotspots do? The hotspots are part of the hate raids that have been going around. I think they just kind of sit there in your chat and they... my understanding of the situation is they wait until you hit like a certain viewership count and then they'll start spamming hateful speech and they'll continue to follow and raid you in that way, and it causes a bunch of problems. But I don't actually know for sure, and I don't think I'll ever have to deal with it too much, so I just kind of ban them for fun. Hold on, let me pop on over to reading. These are the fruity cereal Kit Kats. They're tasty. I like them. It's a good snack. A good snack, that Kit Kat. The fruity cereal Kit Kat. Oh, I should probably swap back over to Butts 2 Electric Boogaloo, the Squeakle, which is the name of my scene in OBS. I know what I'm doing. I just realized I had the background music off this whole time. I could have that going. I could have that continue. It never hurts to have a little bit of background music playing. A little bit of smooth jazz, perhaps. And now, because I am on that grind, we'll continue to read a little bit. Another video description. A new one. And here we are. Does that sound like this is some sort of penultimate climax or something of any import? I didn't mean for that. I just meant, hey, we back again, or something. I think I really ought to reel back, slow down, pump the brakes a bit with these descriptions. I think my unfortunate desire to type out big, meaty descriptions for all of these videos weekly and my fear of typing out something with no entertainment value, something that treads the same water, walks the same path as most of its predecessors, you know, the thing that has been happening for weeks now. It's burning me out. As I've mentioned time upon time, I often have thoughts throughout the week that are possible tangents or potential subjects to delve into during these descriptions, but very few of them actually come to anything because I forget what they were, and by the time I'm typing these, I'm pretty much always in the same environment, the same mindset, a side effect of the method in which these are born, to be sure. Always typed after editing for some length of time. Almost always before sleep. Tired. Exhausted. Everything conspiring to put me in the same big mood, as the kids may say, as ever. Typing the same thoughts and feelings with a slightly different coat of paint, like just a different shade of the same color. Maybe some alternative accents on occasion, but the end feel is the same, probably. That's another thing. I don't remember exactly where I'm going or how I do the what now in these descriptions, so I may be crafting some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy by talking about how everything is always the same. Maybe it's always the same primarily because I'm talking about it being the same? Probably, even. So how do I fix? Make jokes? Discuss the weather? Write a story? Be real? Fake? Somewhere in between? What is this all in service of? Nothing, really. It's just here. There. Somewhere. In the end, it doesn't really matter. The only people who will read these, aside from possibly myself several months down the line, or years, for a retrospective peek at myself, is the nice friendly folks on Pastebin who click on the new paste out of curiosity. Nobody actually comes here from the YouTube videos. Nobody watches the YouTube videos. So why? Why am I so adamant about typing up anything of anything? Who am I doing this for? What is the purpose, the reason, the why does it exist? Why do I type like this? Does this translate well? Is it understandable, these nonsense bits and strangely formatted baubles and ways of typing together forever it's actually really tough to read sometimes, I can't believe I do this. Formatted baubles and ways of typing together forever that I do what it is. Do they make sense when not being spoken aloud by myself? Do they make sense to someone reading it that doesn't know how I speak? My cadence, my accent, my rhythm, my literary voice. Do I speak like this outside of text? Sometimes. Probably. What is and why to for what? It is what it be, what it do. I should take notes. I should carry a notebook around with me at all times and write down the random thoughts that cross my path. Maybe. But what if the act of writing stunts the growth of thought? What if stopping to jot down the bits causes me to hamper or lose out on the whole? Does it ultimately matter if I'm just going to forget about all of it later? What if I don't forget? Is it worth it? The risk? Any risk? What if I'm taking notes as the path to greater enlightenment? That's stupid. I'm stupid. But what if? It may help me remember, even if I'm not reading the notes. The act of writing them carves into my brain more strongly than just passively thinking, and letting them drift away, drift away, drift away, drift away. What am I doing? Stop it? Me? Stop doing this again and again. Just continue your thoughts. Or something. But not this way. Internal monologues, stopgaps in the thought process. This cyclical bullshit isn't good. Maybe. Probably, even. Where am I going? What is this all for? How many times can I do this? Why am I making you all read nobody suffer so? I don't know. I'm stuck now. Maybe it's best to just flaccidly end it here. Implying that all other endings are rigid and turgid and other jids, surely. I'm hard. Believe me. God damn it, past Quvar, why do you write things like this? This is soft. What does it mean? Why, though? Alright, good night. You're good kids. I love you, and I'm proud of you, and I believe you'll accomplish great things. Kisses. God damn it. Fucking video descriptions, I tell you what. Alright. I'm going to eat this fruity cereal Kit Kat. I'm going to eat this now, and then I think it's about time I actually get around to playing a little bit of a video game, maybe. I've been reading for 2.5 hours. Fucking hell. Oh no. It's hard to open. There it is. Delicious. Delicious. But there's one other half of a Kit Kat bar, because Kit Kat bars come in 2 pieces. I'm eating on stream again. Wow.